what is your age range?
My prior or current?
Just in general, what's your age range? I feel like now, me at my current age, I could maybe date somebody that's 30. Maybe date somebody that just turned 30.
I don't think I can go that low.
Okay.
Maybe 35.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe 35.
Used to be nobody.
Put the mic back in your face. Thank
My
you.
bad.
She know how to speak into the mic. She need to stop
You
acting
hear
up.
me now?
Talking to the mic, Caroline.
Talking to them.
Previously, it was nobody under the age of 37. Current state, nobody age under 34.
Okay.
That young boy done did some things to her. She done lost it, yo.
I'm in my sensitive girl era.
Must be nice.
I love it here.
I don't want none of them.
I think the youngest I could do is 30. I think the oldest, maybe, I'm different. Oldest might be maybe 45, 44, 45.
I've gone older than that.
50.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely not.
I mean, now granted,
Baby, them 50 and over, they do a little something
Hell
different.
no.
My
Yeah, they
sneaky
do.
link that just
They do.
passed, he was 50.
That was too much information at one time.
He was
Yeah.
52.
I think he was 52.
I don't.
Because when I
was in
met
his
him,
50s.
yeah, I was in my late to early 30s, and he was already in his 40s.
Wait, you in
I
your
think he was
late,
like
your
50s.
late to early 30s? How that work?
I'm in my late 20s, early 30s. Child, I've been drinking.
You went from 36 to 31?
Yeah, I've been drinking tequila again this week, y'all.
Now-
Yeah, late 20s, early 30s when
I
I met him.
no disrespect when I ask you this question. No disrespect at all. But was it your fault?
What? Oh, did I give him a heart attack? No.
Oh.
I mean, this coochie good, bitch, but I don't think it's that good. No. He had cancer. Yeah, he had cancer. And he didn't tell me. I didn't know. I knew something was off. I knew something was different, but he never. And from what I know, because we had mutual friends, he didn't really tell anybody.
Right.
How sick he actually was. But I just knew something was different, and it started to affect us in the bedroom. And I'm like, okay, maybe he going through something, you know, because again, he wasn't old, but he was older, you know, he was in his 50s already. I'm like, oh, maybe because when I first started dealing with him, even up until he was in his 50s, he was knocking the bottom out.
That's why I said them
I had one like
knocking
that.
the Sonic coins out there. He put some young boys to shame. I promise you he did.
I had one.
And he
I
stayed
was
in the gym.
in
Body
my
was nice.
20s.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and put out there, he was my grandmother's oxygen delivery man.
Now he was dropping off more than oxygen, bitch.
Yeah. And before you look at me like that, your mother co-signed it. She was rooting for him. Go ahead. Do it.
This drink ain't strong enough.
It got to the point
that-
where
that
I
sounded
disappeared
like
on him
Deborah.
because she was coming and he thought that,
Oh, God.
why you didn't tell me I had a kid? That's not your child.
Oh,
That's your baby. Nigga, I wasn't even dealing with you when she got impregnated. But that's why you disappeared, because I had a kid. That's not your kid, but yeah, I was letting him knock them things back.
Sonic coins.
bring. Bring.
That's a lot.
Doom, doom, doom.
In the basement of his sister's house until he moved.
Bitch, not you was in the sister basement. Well, I guess that's better than the mama
minute,
basement.
wait a minute.
Sneaking in through the side door.
That's better than the mama basement.
Not
Oh,
the
bitch, I
video.
done
That's
snuck in a
sneaky link.
side door before, bitch.
5-year-old? Not the grown man. Damn.
I would say for me, I can't envision myself dating somebody who could have gone to school with one of my siblings or my cousin.
Yeah, after him,
Well,
I
in your
can't.
case, it's your siblings. In the case, it was my parents.
Right, because my
Yeah.
siblings are 18 and 19 years older than me. So I would feel some type of way.
And my mama
daddy
we out
is
at
17 years older than me. So, yeah.
I feel like I feel some boy. We out of the spot and say, "Oh shit, didn't we go to Wahlberg together back in? Didn't we go from Wahlberg back in '89, bitch? Wahlberg don't exist no more.
It don't.
Y'all graduated the same. You graduated from high school was '91. Y'all was classmates.
Not you graduated the year I was born, Mr. Sir.
Hey,
Right. You graduated the year I was born?
everything else.
No.
Now that's what happened. He went to school with one of my good girlfriends. Because, you know, I like to hang around with older folks. They know how to party.
They do know how to have a
They,
good.
they know how
That's
to party.
fine.
do.
But
I would call,
Speaking
I
of
would call
freedom,
my stepmother and my aunt real quick and be like, what y'all doing?
Never stuff why.
Oh.
I keep telling you, I can't do last minute stuff.
Listen, it was first of all, it was your sister.
I know. What's this? Oh, Toya.
And she told me something about them and what they call it, and they're doing it tomorrow. It ain't going out nothing like that. They just having like crabs and stuff on the porch.
At her house?
I don't know. It might be her house. It might be Edwina's house. It's somebody's house. But
Oh, I'd have to come back up to Baltimore. I've been here. I was here yesterday. I'm here today.
Oh, yeah, no.
Doing the third day in a row with gas. And I got meal prep and get ready for work. I'm in the class for
He ain't coming.
next week and a half.
yeah,
Child, he gonna be on his couch.
When I looked
Meal
at him and
prepping.
said, "You got to listen." I know.
You
I
gotta-
just put it
this-
out there, but she hit me with it last.
I am one of those people. I love folks. I think Shauna is one of the Keon and Aaron never do it, but Shauna is probably one of the few people that I would do last minute plans with. But with weekends, with me having a meal prep and get ready for the work week, that's not something I play about.
No. I understand because same.
Yeah,
but, you know.
and even just during the weeks.
How about
If it ain't
this?
playing, ain't
If I
doing
go tomorrow and I know in advance when the next one is,
Yeah,
I'll let you know.
Something like that bothers me. Like, I feel like you're like, oh, I ain't got shit else to do. Let me call you.
Either that or somebody cancel, and now all of a sudden, let me
Now
call
you got
this
time for
person.
me. Yeah.
Right.
Nah,
Yeah.
because you can make plans with the other people that canceled on you, but you want to call me last minute, my nigga.
Plan something out. If
Figure
you
it
really
out.
want to, and that's an issue with that I find with wanting to date. I had this conversation with my therapist, Mrs. Howard.
Shout out Mrs. Howard. She on a little vacation right now.
Girl, come back, please. I'm going through some things. But she asked me if I was ready to date or if I was open to it. And I told her, I said, part of me wants to date because, yeah, I do want to have companionship and somebody to rub my butt every now and then or something, you know. I said, but the other part of me is like, the date pool has the sewage in it from the Springfield power plant right now. Like, I'm petrified to put myself out
Covered
there.
in harbor water.
I am petrified to put myself out there and then somebody fucking plays in my face again because I feel like I'm going to be on an episode of fucking Fatal Attraction. Like, I'm really scared. So I want to try. I do. I want to try to allow somebody in my space, in my spirit, but it's certain fucking criteria that you have to meet. And I don't feel like that's doing too much or that I'm being negative or anything like that because I had somebody say it to me. No, I'm not being negative. I'm being realistic. I'm not going to allow. I've been hurt one time too many. And I had to reevaluate myself and realize who I was allowing in my space. I had to, because a lot of people fail to do that, look at themselves because sometimes you attract a type. And you don't even realize you're attracted that type until you look back at the last few people you fucking dated. Now,
Listen.
my issue is always dating people. I always promised myself I wouldn't date a man like my father. And when I say that to say, my father was a provider. My father worked all his life, you know, when he got his shit together. He worked all his life. But when it came to relationships, I'm going to keep it funky. My father wasn't shit when it came to relationships. I love my stepmother to the death of me, but I have no idea. Me and her had to have grown woman conversations. I said, how the hell did you put up with that man for 20-something years? I don't have no idea. She's a good woman. One of the
She's
best
amazing.
people. One of the best people you'll ever meet
She
in your
is.
life. She's incredible.
Hey, auntie.
Men would fall to their knees for a woman like her. Good woman. And I was like, as a grown ass woman, and myself now, you ain't deserve her. You ain't deserve her. I told him one day, we was talking, I said, if she leave you, I'm going with her. I told him that I did. I'm going with her. I'm taking her side, sir. I'm going with her because I know it was you. I know it was you. I knew my father, listening to the stories from my mother and my brother's mother and whatever. I knew my father. He didn't deserve her, but she stuck by him because she loved that man to death. Loved him to death.
But you know
It's
what?
because he was
That's
a Libra.
sad.
Oh, God.
That's why.
Yeah.
Before you go, hold
I'm
on.
gonna just keep my story
I'ma
to
tell you
myself.
this.
But I always found
Wait a
my...
minute, hold on.
You know I got to finish my point, bitch. You know I got ADD.
Wait. Hold
I
on.
got ADD. You got to let me finish my point.
You gonna finish, but what I'm gonna tell you, I know you can't. When you go into dating, you cannot go into dating being afraid to be hurt, because
That's
is
exactly
a
what you'll
possibility.
get.
I get that.
And until
I do, friend.
but you have to have the realization that, like, know it's going to happen and be okay if it happens.
Can't promise that, friend. I'm still a work in progress.
But no, not when I
told
say
you
be
Miss
okay,
Howard on vacation.
mean being okay, like being okay with being okay with the hurt.
Because my thing is, keep it funky with me. If you don't like me, if you don't see it working out, if we get into it and you realize that I'm not what you want, don't play in my face.
No, you know what
don't
you gotta
ghost
do.
me. Don't just leave me to figure it out on my own. Let me know, listen, this ain't working. We probably can part and probably can be friends. Hey, good to see you. I asked in a text message. Hey, I'm glad you're doing okay. I'm good. But if you play me, you play in my face, or you go cheat on me and you got me in these streets looking crazy, I'm gonna show you crazy.
But that's
my thing.
Okay, before we continue this conversation, y'all. Welcome to this week's episode of Ryn and Audacity, the podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Sicard, and I'm joined by one of my favorite people in the world again this week. How you feeling, Shauna?
I'm all right. I'm cool and I'm chilling. I'm straight.
That's good. So Aaron decided not to come back because nigga still on anniversary time with the missus.
As he should be.
So-
We need another niece or nephew.
Yes, we do. So and
get pregnant.
they're not looking at me because I ain't got nobody to have kids with or by. So
You will,
Yes, you
friend.
can.
I will, not right
They
now.
about to make artificial vaginas. Yeah.
Where is it going?
Listen.
And the little test tube thing. It's like don't get me started.
You old test tube, baby.
My kids might be test tube babies.
That's
But
fine.
Anyway,
It's okay.
So
You could be loved. You
I'm
could
a
have died.
biological children.
Oh, fair.
I'm a biological.
We gonna find you
want
a
to be a
surrogate.
surrogate for you? I lied.
I mean, by the time I decide I find a husband and
I lied.
we get around, I might need to find somebody about half my age.
Yeah.
But anyway, as y'all have heard, we have our two of our repeat co-hosts back. Say hello to Ryn and Ebo. How y'all feeling this week?
I'm back.
Back like it's crack. We never let we coke in the 80s when it was pure.
Bitch, bars.
Oh,
Bars,
okay.
bitch.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move past that.
Now he put on the white camera.
Oh.
Show? Okay, we're gonna move past that.
Gonna move past that.
Use Channel 5 me.
Today on NPR. Just kidding. We're gonna move past that and go into the next song. The next conversation today on Niggas Public Radio.
Not niggas public radio.
NPR.
NPR's Niggas Public Radio.
Nigga, we on the UPN network, underpaid Negroes.
Underpaid Negroes. Yes. UPN.
Oh God.
So yeah, what were we talking about before the intro?
Shit.
Dating.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one thing I've come to terms with. I haven't dated. I think this year actually. I've kind of just been like, I haven't been on the apps. I was
In your own space.
in my own space. I haven't really dated. Haven't really done anything, and my tolerance for fuckery and foolishness is at a very low threshold.
Yes.
And I think for me, I'm at the point now where red flags for me are instant cutoff and instant
Right.
chop. So as soon as you show something that is proof positive of an incompatibility, once you show me, proof of like a red flag or incompatibility, it's an automatic chop because I'm not going to invest any more time or energy. I'm going to be disappointed, sure, but it would never get to a point if you playing in my face because I would have picked up on it well before that point. Yes.
For red flags. 'Cause
Yeah.
Since we brung them up.
Mm-hmm.
Are they really red flags? Are all our things that we're saying red flags really red flags? Or
You say red fags?
No.
Flags.
Flags.
Oh, there's an L in
The
there.
one, the waves in the wind? Yeah.
I mean, they waving the wind too.
I can't wait till we start recording.
Hey. Okay. I don't know. Sir, I don't know. And go. Ow.
If I fall back, my big ass will be in the floor.
Yo, the cameras are gonna be hilarious.
I'm not doing this shit on camera.
No,
You got to. We can't take it away. This is part of the entertainment.
Okay.
Yes.
That would be a
Personality.
very good idea. And remember I said I was going to come back to this later on when I got to I needed to be at and my mind started going? I know you said no table.
No table.
Yeah, there was this dude the chairs and no table. For the setup, for the recording.
Why are you talking about that?
Because didn't I say once I get where I need to be at, I can have a conversation because it'll come to my head.
Okay.
And it kicked.
Where you going? Okay, where you going with this?
You need a table because the table helps this type of conversation.
Well, I mean, that's
I know. It was random.
It was kind of random and semi-relevant, but I mean, I feel like.
But if you don't have no table, where you gonna sit the drinks at?
I can hold my drink.
The whole show? Okay.
I'll simply say this. I'm at peace with letting things happen as they may, but I know I still have some work to do with getting out of my own way and out of my own head about some shit.
Back into the conversation was nice.
What?
I said I like how you went right back into the conversation. It was nice.
I had to get it out though, so he got it. He good.
Episodes and episodes of practice.
But I had to get the thought out. Go ahead.
Sometimes you can't. And I've learned that I can't try to shield myself from everything because you'll block everything out.
Yeah.
But I also have learned that a lot of it is putting myself in new situations around different types of people, in different situations, different places, doing things I haven't done before because
you meet different people.
You meet different people and you expose yourself to different experiences.
Facts.
And you may just meet your person doing something new.
Yeah.
You know, you never know.
Definitely.
Yes.
But what Shauna said earlier was the thing
mind.
about keep attracting the same people.
That is
a real thing.
That was part of the reason why I went to therapy
but
in the
that's
first
a lot
place.
of part
Me
of a
too. That's
lesson
one of
as
the
well.
things that I talked about. Like I said, like I was saying before the intro, before this bitch cut me off, as you know, I got ADHD.
Because I had it. It was on my. It was there.
It was on my spirit.
I always said that I didn't, but I found myself in several relationships with men like my father, and I didn't understand it until I went to therapy and spoke about it and talked about it because that's what I was used to. That's what I knew. So that's what I was gravitating towards. And I also been told
your relationship.
Right. And I also been told that I have a healing spirit. So people that got fucking issues. Here's the issue with having a healing spirit, and I hate it. I hate it. With having
definitely talk about that.
Here's the issue with that. Who heals you? When you trying to fix everybody else's problems and be there for everybody else and do for everybody else and make sure everybody else is okay, then you come down and you have nothing left for yourself because you're mentally and emotionally drained.
I told you, so I had this conversation with your sister about 10 years ago after the relationship.
With your sister?
No, with her younger sister.
Yeah. Okay.
And my niece has, sorry in advance if you hear this, Jeanette. But I asked her, because she would deal with women who had children and had myriads of issues. Be it, they had emotional issues, they were homeless, they had all these things going on with them. And she would step in like Captain Mommy Daddy, and step in and want to be the parent for the kids and step in and for all these things. Daddy. And after all these relationships were toxic, they would end up in stuff. And of course, my niece was not without fault. She had her own shit that I learned years later. She had her own shit with her. But I literally asked her to her But I asked her to her face and I said, do you realize that you keep
it went up my nose.
I said, you don't realize, and I think that was before I moved to DC when I was in the apartment out in Reisterstown, and we were living together, and she and I were looking for apartments to move into, and she wanted the girl and the girl's kids to come with us, and I said, I'm not living with your girlfriend
and
that you just met and 2 kids. I don't know them. She couldn't wrap her head around the fact
why you didn't want to do
why
that.
I would be uncomfortable with kids in a space that I don't know, I'm not familiar with.
And it's you bringing 3 additional people with you.
Right. And we had this conversation before, but the issue, this was 12, 13 years ago at this point. But I asked her, I said, listen, you can date who you want to date. I'm not telling you who you can or can't deal with. Okay. But they're literally here every day. Can they go home? Like,
they ain't got no home.
Can we work out a schedule to where they're here a couple of days a week when I'm here? Because at that point, I was in a relationship with a person I was with. I would go to DC for the weekend and be there Friday, Saturday, come home on Sunday. I said, they can be here on the weekend when I'm out here. Can they go home maybe on Tuesday, come back on like Thursday? No, they're going to be here when I want them here. I said, oh, okay, bet. Because I said, well, if that's the case, and you are now assuming care for 3 additional people. Are we splitting the bills 5 ways, and I take 1/5 of the bill, and you take the other 4/5 since you taking care of 3 additional people,
and on to our gas, electric, water, and all these
water,
other things.
utilities, and things. She said, if you want to just walk around the house in your underwear, you can't do that. I said, that's not the point. I said, if you
The expenses are increasing.
The place that you pay bills in is supposed to be the place that you find peace. And comfort.
But I also said, if you and this girl fall out, and my brain goes to absolute
and she
worst
tearing
case,
this shit up.
Worst case scenario.
I'm gonna be there.
Her and this, not even that. Her and this girl would come together. They go in Janae's room, shut the door. The kids are in the 3rd bedroom, pulling down curtains,
making
and
them
writing on
ruckus.
walls. And I said, Janae, you not watching these kids. You want to play stepdaddy, but you
Mommy,
lay there with the
daddy.
mother.
That's coming out our fucking security deposit. The fuck?
And I said, worst case scenario, if somebody was to be vindictive, I don't know these kids. These kids don't know me. They laid up in this house. All it takes, and my brain did go here. I'll say it. I'm probably going to end up taking this out. But I said, if the girl wants to be petty and vindictive and try to get at your ass, he touched my kids.
Yep. People are
that's real
trifling
shit,
like
but
that.
that's
They
real,
will do
though.
that.
He molested my kids. No, I didn't. But it's my word against hers.
And the house that you paid,
unfortunately, they're
the
gonna
rent in.
always believe her first.
And how she paid rent, and I'm gonna tell you probably gotta leave.
Which puts somebody else in a messed up predicament behind things like that.
Or in a situation where Janae she would have fallen behind on bills, or something would have happened to her and the girl would have fallen out. She comes in and trashes the whole apartment. My shit get fucked up because y'all fell out in a situation.
Which can happen with any relationship, but it's just
I would
like,
have
damn.
to beat ass.
But even before I said, look, I'm not putting myself in a situation. So I said, you got it. And I left. When the lease ended, I moved to DC with the person I was in a relationship with at that time. And her and the girl, they was together maybe for another year before they ended up imploding, and that ended. But I said, I'm not going to put myself in a situation.
And I think at that time I was getting pregnant, trying to beat ass.
But there wasn't. I said, and come to find out, the girl was fucking homeless.
All of them usually be.
That's why she couldn't go home. She had no home to go. Oh, that's why the kids was
So
happy because they had a place to be. Oh, the math is math.
I found that out after the fact. The girl was homeless, but I was like, well, so
where did you find her at? Never mind.
Facebook, I believe. But
Damn it!
I said,
she was a hobo.
A homosexual.
You keep. I literally asked the Janae. I said,
Homosexuals come in female form too.
You keep meeting all these women with kids, and they got issues. They homeless. They got drug problems. They all this shit that keep going on. I said, do you realize that you just essentially meeting your mother over and over again in different women? Because you crave the relationship. You craving that relationship. You miss with your mother because she had her issues, and she dropped you off at your grandmother's house, and she went on and lived her life and abused drugs and stepped in and came out. I said, do you realize that you just meeting your mother and all these women, these ready-made families that they have, and you stepping in trying to play stepdaddy because you want that love that your mother never gave you? When I tell you, she looked at me and just blinked for like 3 minutes and just walked off and didn't say anything. I said, oh.
Because what can you say to the truth?
The real
Take
the
it
truth.
from the eldest that was removed. I was removed. Sent to a man. Fortunately, we great now. But unfortunately, that was the even worse decision.
Yeah.
Because I would have rather stayed with my grandmother. At least he wouldn't have been whipping my ass. At least I wouldn't have got molested by his best friend. At 9. Which started my period. So at least you had somebody that actually loved you. To show you that you didn't have to go that route. But that's what you chose because unfortunately our issues are our issues.
The issues with
So
your mother, yeah.
I feel you when you said dating the people that's like your man. I haven't dated a physically abusive man, but each one of them were manipulative, narcissistic, emotionally abusive
in different ways. Yeah.
You know, so
To be just a different type of abuse.
Abuse is abuse regardless of what strain
Yeah.
it runs on. And unfortunately, emotional and mental abuse is way harder to get over than physical abuse.
Yeah.
Facts.
I can heal from something physical.
Facts.
But those
The
emotional
mental and the
stuff,
emotional shit that's stuck with me.
yep. And you got to do the work in therapy or through other means to try to get rid of it. But until you do that,
Let's go a little
that
deeper.
shit going to be under the surface.
That shit that started, it's the reason that she's here. The shit that my dad did is the reason that she's here. And now, the cycle repeats itself is that I wish the fuck he would play with me. I already told him, bitch, I kill all y'all. Behind mine and smile happily in jail.
Damn, I mugshot like this.
Cheese.
behind my
Because
kid.
at that point,
That's
whoever
right.
she go with, because I'm going to send it to the people that raised me. Meaning, my father's mother, my uncle.
Yeah.
Go ahead down there. Go live how I lived. But that was the price that I paid for that life. So at least you had one stable person in your life. Neither one of mine were good. Neither one.
But that speaks to, I think, and trauma in that. I think their father died when they were like 4 or 5 years old.
Not even. They didn't even make it to 2 yet.
Oh, he died when they were 2, when they were 1.
Yep.
It was relatively young.
Because he want to be tough. Beat up a nigga. Stay right here. And he stayed. Came back and killed him.
Damn.
So, any real recollection of...
For future references, if somebody say stay right here, I'll be back.
Nigga,
Don't stay right there.
Don't be tough.
Don't
Because
stay
9
right
times
there.
out of 10 they coming back with a gun and you ain't already got one on you. If you stay right there, your ass is grass.
You going to glory.
But
It's
not
22.
not knowing,
Pew, pew, pew.
because he was gone before I left.
not having a grasp or knowing how to deal with, and of course, unfortunately nowadays, I'm not particularly close with my younger niece or either one of my sister's sons, my nephews. I talk to my niece every so often, and my nephews, I haven't spoken to them since my mother passed 4 years ago because they don't answer the phone, they don't call. That first maybe few months after she passed, I would reach out, try to check on them. They never responded to a phone call. So after a while, why am I calling people that don't want to?
I like what you
don't wanna talk
segueing
to me?
into right there.
What you mean?
About reaching, that just took me to another place, about reaching out to folks constantly who don't respond or whatever, and they never reach out to you.
Never.
But
Never once.
what bothers me, what boils my potatoes,
But butters your muffin,
what grinds my gears,
burns your grits.
is that those are the same people who will swear up and down to the next motherfucker, oh no, I don't have a relationship with them because they don't reach out, or I ain't heard from her, or and that pisses me off, because I used to be the one who was constantly reaching out, checking on everybody. But then I had to sit back and I had to say to myself one day, and I said, when was the last time this motherfucker checked on you? I'll give you a prime example. I have a little sister who is 2 years younger than Trey. Now, you are old enough to pick up the phone and say cat, dog, billy, goat, whatever. Right? And I had the conversation with my therapist, and I said, am I in the wrong for not reaching out to her all the time when she never reaches out to me?
No.
And she told me no. I said, because I'm constantly checking on her, making sure she's okay. Now, again, she's a teenager. I get that. Trey will be 17 this year. She just turned 15. Trey will be 17. Trey is 17. I'm sorry. His birthday passed earlier this month. I can't keep up, child.
Happy birthday, nephew.
I can't keep up, Lord.
Happy birthday!
I just had a 6-month-old, now this nigga 17. But, what the fuck? But,
She was 2.
right. So, I remember constantly, when she was younger, she was like 9 when my father passed away. And so I would check on her and make sure she was good, make sure she was okay. And I remember an issue happened earlier this year, late last year. Me and my oldest brother got into it. We always getting into it because that nigga always think he right and he be wrong 99.985% of the time. And her mother reached out to my grandparents for my grandfather passed away earlier this year. And she was saying that my sister expressed that she felt like once my father passed that we abandoned her and we weren't there for her. And when, she didn't get anything of my father's and personal, stuff and all that. And I called her and I had a conversation with her and I said, if you felt like that we didn't, we weren't there for you, me being the big sister or whatever, I apologize because that was never my intention.
Right.
Right? Because I'm never going to take... Me and her mother ain't always been on the best terms. Or at least I ain't always been on the best terms with her mom. I don't know how she felt about me. But it was some fuck shit that happened when my father passed that put a bad taste in my mouth.
All right.
And I said, I apologize. I said, but always know that I'm available. If you want to... I said, you've had a phone for a long time. If you want to send me a text message, if you want to pick up the phone and say, hey, sis, I just want to talk... I'm going to talk to you. If you say, hey, sis, are you available this weekend? Can you come get me and we hang out? Yeah, Come on, we gonna go get our nails done.
Right.
We gonna go have lunch. We gonna go walk around the mall, even though, bitch, my knees hurt, but still. Something like that. And I felt like once she became a teenager, you're at that age where you can reach out to me and say whatever it is that you need to say to me. Or say that, oh, sis, I felt this way. And that's fine. And I'm gonna sit and listen to you, and I'm not gonna tell you was wrong, because you can never tell somebody how they should feel about a particular situation. Again, I was grown when my father died.
Right.
She was a child. She was 9. I was 31.
Right.
About to turn 31 when my father died. Right? So things hit her differently.
Right.
I get it. And I respect that. But I felt like I was being made out to be the bad guy. Now, I will say that a lot of shit was exaggerated, again, because my brother tends to do that. Right? He tends to do that. Exaggerate shit. But I'm saying this to say, I'm going on an errand tangent. Sorry.
Yeah.
I say it to say that it just always bothers me that you are always expected. It's always one person that's expected to be the person that reach out, that bring everybody together, that fix everything. I'm tired of being that person. I used to do it with my family, and try to be the one to get everybody together for family events. I'm not doing that shit no more.
Before you talk, I told my sister that when our mother passed back in 2020, and I don't know if you were there for this conversation, but when my mother passed in 2020,
I remember this conversation.
I told your mother, I said, listen. Your mother has taken care of you, your children. She's taking care of all of us. You are the eldest out of the children. You are now the matriarch of our immediate family. It is on, if you want to get all of us together, you want to plan stuff for all of us, you want to try to do stuff as a family. I said, you are the mother in the situation. You are our mother's daughter, but you are the mother with 4 adult children. You have grandchildren. It is your job to get everybody together, not mine.
Agreed.
It is not my place or my space to call you, to call your children and check in, y'all, what you doing. They're your children and grandchildren. If you want to get everybody together, you need to make the effort. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. And I told her that to her face when our mother died. And she still sends me text messages to this day. Brandon, I want us to get together and we need to do it once like a family.
Plan
something. And I said, plan something. I've been telling you this for the past 4 years. These are your children and grandchildren. Why do I have to corral you and your husband, all 4 of your adult children, half of whom I don't talk to,
me.
and then all 5 or 6 of your grandchildren? I'm the uncle and great uncle in this situation.
It's just me. I ain't gonna get nobody.
And then I gotta come to you and pick up everybody and drop people up.
It's not right.
How you can get people no care?
I mean, well, I can't even feel no type of way about that, because honestly, when the shoe is on the other foot, you lean on me when you actually have a fucking husband. And I was not raised by you or with them. So I feel you. But people like that, or people in them shoes, they're always the ones, well, the phone works both ways. It does. So why the fuck am I always the one that got to reach out? Communication, reciprocity, and relationships is a two-way street. It works both ways. So if I'm carrying the load of it, baby, I don't want to carry it no more. So if you don't hear from me, it's because you don't reach out to me. And then if you do reach out to me, it's because the fuck you want something. When you don't get it, please don't feel no type of way, because at the end of the day, if I gotta be the one to fix, prime, minister, run this, give up, sacrifice what I got going on in my life that you ain't helped do shit, but you feel entitled to, sweetheart, you gonna wait on that. Because where the fuck was you when I needed you? Where the fuck were you making decisions before grandma passed away or this person went wherever, and you still stuck in wherever you was hurt at prior to us even being here? You chose what you chose. Don't expect anything.
Grace from people when you didn't extend.
You didn't give no grace.
Don't expect grace from people that you didn't extend grace to or do for when you had the chance.
That's
to.
right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I really want to throw it in my face.
That ain't from your heart.
I'm glad you said that. That's why I struggle to ask for help.
Same.
I'll figure this shit out on my own, because I never want somebody to be able to come back and say, I did this, and this for you.
You sure did.
No. You're
okay. You want a fucking cookie?
You're not going to do that.
You want a cookie, bitch?
Would you like a cookie?
You're not going to. You're not going to do that to me. You're not going to throw in my face what you chose to do.
How much have I done for you? If you want to, because I don't count favors. But if you want to throw the favors that you got in my face that little bit, I've been on this world for 30-something plus years. Where the fuck were you at for the first 18?
Especially coming from elders.
Where you was at for the first 18? What did you do for the second 10?
You know what? what though? You have to stop. Somebody told me you have to stop expecting you
from other people.
Yep.
And that was the realest thing I had ever heard.
That was the one good piece of advice that my father gave me in not 30 years that I had him. That was the one good piece of advice. If you sit here and say
you do stuff and then you can't react off of what you can't change you because of how other people act. Mm-hmm. Because how you are, that's you.
Mm-hmm. All you can do is take note of the situation and move forward.
Yeah.
I'm still be the same.
They always say,
it's gonna sting.
Yeah.
You don't ever become like the people that hurt you.
Me to an extent. I'm still gonna be the same like dope ass fucking person I am. I'm still going, but I'm gonna fuck with who fuck with me.
Yeah, because you just think about if you pick up everything that somebody has done that has hurt or damaged you, what are you putting on somebody else?
That's just true. But it also comes to a point where you have to, like I said earlier with my nephews, after so many times of reaching out, so much time making efforts, I fall back. My number has been the same for over 20 years. If you need me, you'll call me and you'll find me. But other than that,
my number has been the same. I said 15. I want to say 27.
20 years. I got my number 04.
Since I was like 18.
04,
my number has been the same.
You know what's crazy?
What's up?
So if anybody want to reach me,
I used to feel some type of way about the scenario between your mom, my mom, and me. And before she passed, the best thing that she ever said to me was, she was like, I'm leaving now. Let go of your mother. Go live your life. And I did not understand why she would say that to me. Having this conversation
now,
it makes sense. Like, I didn't get it. I'm like,
sometimes shit don't hit you right when it
I was looking at her.
Hit you later.
Now, mind you, know, I was the one like, yo, y'all might want to get ready. My mother didn't want to hear that. Whole time I'm saying, get ready. My grandmother like, let go of your mother. And I looked at her strange because when she told me that, I knew that was her making her exit.
She's making peace with it.
She was making peace. Let go of your mother. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, what? She said, listen, let go of your mother. She's like, you have your own child. You have your own life. You're trying to do great things. Let go of your mom. She said, make peace with it.
I'm going to say something that is probably going to be very controversial and some people might not like me for this, but I'm going to say it anyway because I don't give a fuck. It is not our job to parent our parents.
That was a hard lesson for me to learn.
It is not our job to parent our parents.
Go ahead and
as
pour.
long as they're in the right mind.
Give me a little bit. Go ahead and pour.
As long as they're in the right mind. Because you know what? If like my mother is almost, she's 70 now. She get a little, mine get a little loosey. So now I do got to parent her sometimes.
Now, in them instances, that's different.
And what I mean by that is that...
I said when they're in the right mind.
But your mom was your mom, right?
I still had to parent her too.
But what I mean by that is that as a parent, I felt like it is our job to facilitate the relationship with our children. We chose to have them. We raised them, right? And I always get so bothered, like something you said earlier, struck a chord at me. The whole phone works both ways.
Both ways.
How do you live daily knowing you have a child out there
I would have loved,
that you don't take care of?
I would have loved to have
that.
had these conversations with my dad. He passed when I was 16. And I would have loved to have seen what these types of conversations, if he would have even been open to them now, he would have been, my father would be in his early 70s now if he was still alive. But just to see like if he was even be open to having these types of conversations, because my father was chill.
I feel like that generation, when they get older.
You trying to say my grandmother was a cougar?
No, because they would have been about the same age.
My father's 2 years younger than my mom.
Yeah, they would have been about
2 years. She'd be 74. He'd be 72.
I don't know why I thought my grandmother was close to her 80s. No, that's my father's mother. Never
my mother
mind.
has come around to having these conversations.
Mid-70s.
Because she used to,
shut up,
she
Shauna.
wouldn't talk.
He was fine.
About her feelings? Oh, no feelings, no emotions. But now...
Oh, yeah.
But that's based on her childhood.
Yep.
Yeah, she would talk about it now.
Yep. There was none of that. And I
generational curse.
And I mentioned this before.
We speak about that all the time.
It took for me to be in my first romantic relationship to say, why are you so closed off? Why are you just so stoic? You have no reaction in there. I said, because we didn't talk about
how you do it.
Talk about feelings.
Nope.
We ain't talk about no damn feelings.
All right.
Oh, you fill your ass in that room and clean up.
Do that damn homework.
Bitch, what?
All y'all touched on something that I'm about to bring full circle.
Bring it home.
You said, how do you know you have a child in this world, right? That you don't talk to you. I don't never really tell anybody the situation about why my child does not primarily stay with me. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go ahead and have that conversation because I'm a mom.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to make it short and sweet. I don't want to rant, but I'm going to try to make it quick to the point.
If you do, I can just cut it out.
You know he will.
2015, she was born. Mm-hmm. The day that she was born, I died for 4 minutes. Had a real bad lupus flare. That's why I couldn't dilate. When they finally got me to dilate, she came out. I immediately went to shop.
I remember that.
Now, I was gone for 4 minutes. Came back. I hadn't seen her. What felt like 4 minutes was really a very long time. Mm-hmm. I blinked twice. They were trying to pull something out my body. I hear it beeping. I go back out. 2 years later, I had a real bad, they finally diagnosed me fully. I had a real bad flare. I lost everything. My cars, my job, the house that I was staying in. I was in the hospital, didn't know where I was going. I asked our father to, hey, step in. Mm-hmm. Step in. I didn't ask you for shit prior to, but you're stable at the moment.
And you shouldn't have had to.
Step in.
That's the part that's
that ain't my
pissing
gripe.
me off. But
that
go
ain't
ahead.
my gripe. That's on what his mother and his father did. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But step in. I never bothered him. I want to go out of town or I want to go somewhere. Hey, do you want her first before I just go ahead and take her with me? Your parents came free range. You didn't. Neither here nor there. That's a different time frame. This little girl's 99 years old. He made it his business to move over an hour and a half away. I don't drive anymore. Got my license. Life is life, though. I'm really just starting to get back on my feet from when I was diagnosed when she was 2. She's not. Mm-hmm. You try to take me to court to take it from me? They laughed in your face. It is. My situation may be a little different, but I go through this world living my life every day, and I have to psych myself into believing that no matter how much I call, no matter how much I communicate, I done bought 4 phones, an iPad, and some more shit. This little girl will let it die. She will not communicate with me. She won't. When she out there, she won't. Only time I hear from her is when she's tired of them and she's really ready to come see me. Her father tried to tell me, oh, she don't want to deal with you. She's avoiding you. She does. I ain't done nothing to her. I buy her the most expensive things. The clothes that I buy every week go to your house and never come back. So I'm forever buying clothes. Mm-hmm. You put her in.
Well, let's not talk about that.
You put her in events where you took me to court and they laughed at you, and I still gave you her your way. But you try to make her so busy to the point where even during my time legally, it don't happen. Phones are forever dead. So unfortunately, even though it hurt, I put on a mask to go through this world every day like I don't got a child to make shit happen just in order to see my child. Mm-hmm. But if I tell somebody that, or people that see me that don't know, because again, I don't go around telling this story. That's my business.
People assume it because
they assume,
yeah.
Oh, she unfit. She ain't never got her
She
kids. She ain't got this. She got nah. Ain't nobody on child support. We got 50-50 all the way around the board, joint and legal. I'm supposed to be on everything that happens. You know who's on there? That white woman. That's his fiance of however long they've been together.
Child, they ain't married that woman yet.
No,
they ain't going to.
I'm left out of things. Left out completely. I call. I don't know shit until she tell me. So when I finally say something, the first thing you want to do is jump down her throat. My nigga, you're her parent. You're supposed to communicate with me per law. And unfortunately,
let's talk about communication with these parents.
I'm still in that. I'm trying to get back what I had when I gave her to you and get back in the space that I was so she can come home. You make it hard. So walking through this world like you do not have a child is for me to mentally keep it together. So just so I can get these moments.
But in your case.
But I'm a different case. But if I don't say this, no one knows that. Mm-hmm. Oh, she ain't shit. She a bad woman. She ain't got parents. She ain't got this. Granted, I don't gotta do the single mom thing. I was grateful for that part. But the other part about that is the shit that y'all don't see that I gotta go through to even co-parent. Mm-hmm. I would rather be in a single mother's shoes than mine. Mm. Bitches have these babies and don't give a fuck about nothing, and them men don't want to. I want my child every goddamn day. But I gotta walk around with a mask on like she does not exist because unfortunately, no matter how much I call, I ain't talking to her until she wants to speak.
And see, that pisses me off because as a single woman who's a mother, of course, everything falls on my shoulders. And I feel like this goes back to having expectations for people.
Right.
Like you would have for yourself, right? Me and Ron have had this conversation many times. We don't agree on everything. We see some shit different because we different women and our situations are not the same, right? But what we have in common is that we are single women who are mothers, who are not with the fathers of our children, right? So what worked for her may not work for me and vice versa. What I had to realize with my son's father is, Shauna, stop. Stop. You angry, you mad, you cussing him out, and he like this shit. He think it's funny. He think it's he because in his mind he getting a rise out of you. He getting a rise out of you. So in his mind, because he's getting a rise out of you, you still give a fuck.
When this whole time,
I heard this from a male perspective. I heard it from a female perspective. I heard it from both ends.
I'm gonna tell you the same thing. If he still can ruffle your feathers the way he ruffling your feathers, how you just told this story, baby, whatever feelings you got, please.
And that's
let it go.
That's something I had to learn. I used to get mad,
angry.
And you know what's
the
crazy?
reason I'm saying it because the way your energy shift. When you were fine when you first talk about her, but when you start talking about him, your energy went
because it pisses
so
me.
Far.
The reason why is because I know where I'm gonna go. Now I have no physical attraction for him at all.
It doesn't have to be a romantic.
It
but the situation in itself, bitch, I didn't stand in your way. Why do you stand in mine? They are, and they're painful as fuck.
You know why? You see how you reacting? That's why he's standing in your way.
And they painful as fuck.
Because he know he can still do it.
But if I don't bother you, I don't this, that, and the third. The only way you can get to me is if you try to.
But you have to look at it through the situation is not the way you want it to be, but the situation the way it actually is.
Right. And honestly, it's my fault because I'm the one who asked him stepped up because you were more stable than I was. But in the same token, me coming from the background that I came from and the type of person that I am and this, that, and the third, like my nigga, when you were really at your lowest, I didn't kick you.
But you're just looking at it.
You're looking at it from your perspective.
You expected
the same thing.
I was expecting the same grace that I extended. And here it is. You have someone else in your ear. He's not.
It's an ego thing. It's
and it is.
I got it. And now you. I say why I say the ego thing. I got it.
His whole thing changed.
Yeah, I got it. You don't. But in his case, it was a never I got it. You don't thing because I've always had it. Me. Personally, I might have struggled with bitch. You ain't know I was struggling. So if I call you and say your son needs something, your son needs something. So they don't give you, in his mind, it gives him, oh, so you just ain't got it. Oh, so you need me. That's where it came
once you
from.
start reacting to him,
so now I
stop reacting.
From the shit that I went through as a kid, I vowed that I never wanted to be like my parents. And here it is, I find myself in my mother's shoes. Difference between me and her, I'm stuck here in my mind because I refuse to let her go. I refuse. And I lived my life so long refusing to be like them. Look what predicament I found myself in. That's the real toll if we're going to keep it a buck. And I'm going to go ahead and put that out there. And I never really wanted to admit that to myself. But in this midst of this conversation, I can't help not. Because honestly, when it comes to her, that I can care the fuck less. It's the similarities of my mother's relationship.
The situation you try to distance yourself from, you ended up right back in that same situation.
I put myself right back in that situation with the next generation. And in the midst of going through that with him, I vowed that shit is going to stop with me. And it's hard. And it hurts. And I can take the judgment all day, but very real motherfucker say that shit to my face, so I know how you truly feel. But you not. Now me, I don't give a fuck. If I'm gonna say, if I feel some type of way and I see what I see, I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna be malicious about it, but I'm gonna speak it. But to deal with life, to deal with it from her shoes in my life, coming up in it, to now deal with it as an adult. To now realize that in my family that this is a fucking thing.
It's a cycle.
To break something like that.
It's a cycle.
And that takes me
It's
back to what I
hard.
was said about generational
But you
curses.
also, but think about it from this
hard,
perspective,
bro. Like, it's hard. It's hard.
Eva, think about it from this perspective.
It's hard.
My grandmother was 17
And I
when
be
she
this
had
close from snapping.
She was 17 when she had my uncle. She was 18 when she had my mother. She married my grandfather, but she had children extremely young.
Yeah. My mother did too. My mother was about to turn 17 when she had me.
My mother had my sister at 17. My younger aunt, my one aunt who's still living, she had her first daughter at 13 or 14.
Damn,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
My oldest cousin is 20 years older than me.
Yeah.
Wow.
The oldest grandchild is 20 years older than me.
Well,
And
I beat the curse. My mother's
I'm
mother had her.
second to last.
I turned 28.
Oh, yeah,
she
that's
came
right,
out.
I'm the second to last grandchild. And I'm 37.
Like, my birthday is the 9th. His birthday is 12th. She's a 17.
But I say that to say
I turned 28, so I broke that.
you broke that, but your brother didn't because he had his first one at 16.
But again, I said it stopped with me. So
Right.
I
You
broke
can't
that.
control what
I
they
can't
do.
control
Right.
nobody.
Right.
Right.
But that's the thing.
He has 5. He had 5 before he turned 30.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Go ahead, Ron.
when you were saying,
Microphone.
oh shoot, my bad. So the other thing I was gonna say is the difference between you being as you keep calling yourself an absent parent and her thing of an absent parent, you are not an absent parent.
Mm-hmm.
Just to solidify, you are not an no matter how
Yeah, it
much
feel like it.
break that you get with times that you want her around and she's not around, you are not an absent parent. An absent parent is a parent who literally
Don't give a fuck.
right now she wouldn't be here.
Yeah. Don't give a fuck. That's what it is. Like,
And you're making the effort. And the thing,
Yeah,
It's a
that's the
difference.
the one thing you can look forward to in the future is when she is an adult and she can sit and have these types of conversations
She'll know
and talk
that.
about her perspective. She may say, I get it now that I'm older and I have my own kids, but I can say at least that you tried.
Right.
Whereas
don't you never let nobody tell you nothing fucking different. Ever.
because you look at your situation, we talked about your mother earlier and the stuff that happened with your mother when she was in her 20s and going through dealing with her issues and how she
completely said, fuck all of us.
Exactly.
and dropped them off at my mother's house. Was like, I'll come when I feel like it, but I'm out the street doing what I want to do when I feel like it. You're at least making the effort. So that is one cycle you have broken.
And that
Right.
little girl love you.
And give yourself
you.
credit for that. Because you may not see it now, but as she gets older, and
She'll
y'all can
see
sit and you can pick her brain about how she feels about situations. She may enlighten you about stuff that you don't even realize that's happening right now.
Yeah, and it blow your mind
It-
because that teenage year conversation will blow your
It will.
fucking mind.
I remember I
the
got
things you don't know that they know,
that
see,
they know,
witness,
see,
identify.
think. Exactly.
The same way we always
They-
paid attention to stuff that happened
Exactly.
around us.
Yes.
Thinking our parents didn't think we caught on to or wasn't
They
paying
did.
attention. But you sitting there quiet at the table playing the game on your Game Boy being like,
I heard that.
I had to
right, that.
I had to have a conversation with my mother as an adult about how I felt that she put a lot on my shoulders when she was going through whatever she was going through and she was out there or whatever. That was a tough conversation to have. And it came after a situation that happened that didn't involve me, but I was put into the situation. And I didn't talk to my mother for about a week or two. Now, looking back, I kind of regret that, but I needed to.
why do you regret it?
I'm going to tell you why. Because in my mind, my mind went here. You know, the ADHD mind went there. What if something that would have happened to my mother in them 2 weeks and I wasn't speaking to her?
Okay.
That's where my mind went.
But you're entitled.
However, I
Okay,
was
so-
entitled. I know what you're about to
Take your
say.
space.
I was
Yeah,
entitled
you
to take
took
my
space.
space, regroup, and get myself together because I could not deal with her at that moment because of what she did and
Right,
the
'cause your
situation
reaction in the moment
that she
could have been
put
something
me
you
into.
couldn't come back from.
Exactly, and that's why I say it's better for me not to speak with you because I'm angry right now and I don't want to say something to you as my
That I
mother
regret.
that I'm going to regret. I'm not going to disrespect you like that because at the end of the day, you gave me life. You're my mother. We went through what we went
I
through.
say the same for my father because I definitely got
Right, we went through what we went through. We had our issues, but at the end of the day,
I
you're
don't
still my
give
mother, and
both
you
them
raised us to the best of your
motherfuckers
ability.
losing my
Yeah,
dog
you had
years.
your, you had your
I know my
moments.
sister, but she deserved. I'm sure she deserved a lot of them.
Listen,
Maybe.
but we went through some things, and I had to. At that moment, that was the moment that me and my mother needed to have that conversation, and I waited for a while, and I wrote down what I wanted to say so I could get everything off my chest.
Right.
And I wrote it out, and I sent it to her. And I said what I needed to say, and I got it off my chest. And it felt like a weight lifted off my chest. Now, she didn't initially take
take it well. But once again, I ain't speak for another couple days. Yeah. And then we had a conversation and my mother actually apologized to me. Yeah. She didn't know I felt that way and she was sorry that I felt that way and she never intended for me to feel that way. So, I've said this before and I'll say it again. It is okay for a parent to apologize to your children because children are human.
Yes,
and they have feelings.
They have emotions.
They have emotions, and they don't know how to talk about it the way that we may not especially at maybe her age. Niecy Pooh age or Trey's age. And I had to have a conversation with my own son one time because I know I had anger issues and I would react in anger and I would holler, scream, fuss, yell. And I got advice from a man who said to me, Shauna, you need to sit down and ask your son, do he feel like you provide him a safe space for him to express how he feel? And that man said that to me, and I looked at him like, boy, fuck you. What the fuck you mean? But I sat and listened to him, and we had that conversation. He said, coming from a man, Shauna, I'm telling you, have that conversation with your son because he may not feel safe based on your reaction. So I sat down and I had that conversation with Trey. Now, I asked him the question more than once. The first time I asked him, he said yes. Then something else happened and I asked him again. He said, you got to be prepared for the answer. This is what the friend told me. You got to be prepared for the answer. And he told me no. And I said, why? He said, because sometimes, Mom, you get angry and you yell and you scream and I don't know how to respond to that. So I'd be scared to tell you stuff because I don't know how you're going to react.
Yeah.
I had to eat that shit. I had to eat that. Because you're right. And I did. I broke down. I ugly cried. I'm Viola Davis and David.
Did it in front of her.
Viola Davis
Same
and
conversation.
Fences, bitch, with the bubbles not coming out your nose. I ugly cried.
No, not that. I wasn't
and I apologized to my son. And I said, I didn't know I was that bad. I am so sorry. I said, but you need to know that if ain't nobody else going to fight for you, I'm going to fight for you to the death of me till they put me in a fucking box and bury me.
But consider this. Think about the amount of apologies from our parents that we want and never got because
you gotta be okay with not getting it.
They didn't have the bandwidth or because they had their own traumas. You think about now how us as, again, speaking in terms of elder millennials, how we've gone to therapy and we've seen a lot of things play out and we have the language and the know-how to talk about these types of things. We know damn well our parents weren't having these conversations with their parents 30, 40 years ago.
You gotta add something to that mix though.
What's up?
You forgot a lot of our parents
Yeah.
was raised also on top of it, besides their parents not having emotional stimulation, the time that they were raised in. Mm-hmm.
We got other shit going on.
Racism, Jim Crow,
all that going on at the same time. So you're talking about people that don't have emotional intelligence
at all.
Having kids. And
popping babies out left,
they
right,
got stuff going on.
Center.
They trying to figure out why we fucked up.
Why your uncles got 6 damn kids?
Because it was a bunch. They was out there living their best life.
Fucking on and in any and everything.
Oh yes.
I still got cousins I haven't met yet. No, but it
needs to be talked about.
It's a good conversation to have because I feel like one thing we can say.
I don't talk to nobody about that shit.
One thing we can say as elder millennials is the fact that we can have.
To myself.
Oh, wait a minute.
We can have these conversations with each other and with our children about things we've gone through, situations, the way things turned out. And I had to tell my mother, and I was grateful for the fact that before she passed, she went to therapy with me. Now, we've talked about this on the podcast before. We went to, my mother came to therapy with me.
Sorry.
And I had to tell her about certain things that happened in my childhood that in the grand scheme of things weren't bad, but it affected me in a way to where I was like, look, you forced me to do this as a kid, and it was something I didn't want to do, and it affected me negatively. And she was like, well, it wasn't like that. And I said, you're not listening. You're responding, but you're not listening.
You're listening to respond and not listening to understand.
Right.
Listen, baby, this fight that I had with my mother, and like, we better now, but that in between, you talking about a person who mother died at 10, father was a military, raising you, all you had was men raising you with no emotions in her life. Yeah. Trying to get her to say she's sorry for something happened. I don't remember that. That's the worst. That is the worst. That's happening. Yes, ma'am, that happened. It's two of us telling you the same story.
I didn't make this up, sis.
I didn't make this up.
I had to have that conversation with my father, and he was like, I didn't do that. I made a song about it called Spread, and I was saying, lyrics was, remembering the days, coldest nights in my home, watching daddy do a line while these bitches all gone, in the room under my bed, where I most felt at home, praying to the Lord, one day I see a face, she got me home. And he heard it. And he was like, take that down. You got people asking me if that was real. We ain't know that about you. No, I'm not taking it down because that's really my
You can't
truth.
tell me how to express myself.
You can't tell me how to deal with
what you did.
My trauma. If this is the way that I gotta make peace with it, because my uncle verified it. He said, you wouldn't talk to nobody. He says, you walked around with a fucking notebook and a pencil because you were so standoffish with what was going on in your life that the only way people can talk to you, if you did not feel safe, they had to write to you in a notebook. I didn't know that. But it is. But it was that bad because honestly, prior to me, I was only supposed to be going for a weekend. I never came back to Baltimore. I did not know them fucking people. So the only way that you were going to talk to me, you had to write to me because I'm going to stare at you while you talking.
But that's something
like,
that you got to say because I never got to have that conversation with my father prior to his death. Because I was afraid.
And he did apologize.
I was afraid because I felt like
it took me. I just said his.
I felt like he would deny.
My dad 2 years ago.
He would deny everything, and it would piss me off.
But when you
so
do
I
drugs,
never had that conversation
your mind is gone.
with my father. Right, my father was clean when he passed away. I was out of a little weed, but. But
weed don't count.
We don't count.
Yeah, I set up a little weed. He was, clean because my father was a former addict too, a former dealer, all of that stuff back in the day. Back in the day, my father was in jail most of my childhood until I was a little older. I think I remember my father being out of jail until I was in about 5th or 6th grade. I think, and I remember 5th grade because he was in my graduation picture. That's the only reason I fucking remember. There's a reason I remember, and I remember. That I never got to express to him what he did to me or didn't do to me or how he wasn't, there for me in the way that I needed him. Needed him to be or whatever. I never got to have that conversation. That's one of the main things that I had to talk to my therapist about. It took me 6 months of therapy sessions to not cry in that woman's office.
But what's wrong with crying?
No, I'm just saying. It took me 6 months to be able to talk and not... Break down. Right?
Yeah.
Right? It took me that long. And I remember her, and it's crazy because my key gave me the same advice to write a letter of everything I need to say to him and take it to his grave and either read it to him and then take it and burn it or whatever I chose to do. And I had that same conversation with my therapist. She was like, write out how you feel, what you need to get off your chest, write it to him. Dear daddy, blah, 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 and get it off your chest. Right? And I ended up writing that shit out and how I felt. And then one day I sat in the room by my damn self. If somebody would have walked in, they would have thought I was fucking crazy. Because I was sitting there having a whole goddamn conversation with myself. I promise you I was getting shit off my chest. Because I had to in order for me to move on. Because you gone. You dead and gone. I can't bring you back. I can't do none of that and have this conversation with you.
Right there, real quick. You can't use that. So you use that for the person that's actually dead in real life. Yeah. But what about the relationships that have died?
You could do the same. No. On a spiritual level, you could do the same thing.
But do we?
I do. If I'm holding on to something too long, we don't do it always, but if I'm holding on to something too fucking long and it's affecting me too much and I can't take it no more, I'm gonna write that person a letter. And I would put everything in that letter that I feel. And then people call it an altar, but I don't. It's like a homage to those who gone. That's my safe space. I go sit there. I try to meditate. I go sit there when I need to just think. I go sit there and I talk to the pictures of the people that passed on because they're not here that I can talk to. Right. My favorite person who was born on my day died before I even got the chance to really talk to her. Mm-hmm. And I mean, like as an adult, talk to her. Mm-hmm. She was gone. That's my Aunt Sharon. That was my Aunt Sharon.
My mother's sister that was born.
That was my baby. My she was listen. She was hell on feet, and she'll fucking shoot you. She will fucking shoot you. That was an evil one. But it was to the point where
to the kids, that was the cool aunt that we were in the house.
Now, granted, she'll burn the food and make you eat it, put ketchup on it, but she would give me the shit that she would buy for her and her husband.
It's blacking.
I was the only one that was allowed to sit in their room.
Burn it and make you eat it.
She couldn't cook for shit. She couldn't. Could not cook for shit, but she was the coolest motherfucking one. She was the realest motherfucking one.
Not some ranch.
Put some ranch dressing
Ranch or ketchup. That was your two options. That's all you got.
That's all she had at the house.
That's it. She gonna burn everything if she cook it. But you gonna put ranch on it, or you gonna put ketchup on it, and burnt food make you pretty, and burnt food make you pretty. That was her thing. On her dying bed, I was up here visiting.
I never met her.
No, on her dying bed, I was here visiting.
Burnt make you pretty.
Yes, that's what she said. Burnt food make you pretty.
Oh,
that was her thing. She couldn't cook, but she had a good excuse. Burnt food make you pretty.
Yep.
But she was the realest fucking one. Realest one. She didn't give a damn how old we was.
Nope.
She didn't give a fuck what was going on in her life. I don't know her vices. Didn't know her vices.
And to this day, I still
don't know her vices.
I don't know.
All I know is that she will fucking shoot you, and she burnt the food and put ranch on it, ketchup, and burnt food made you pretty. She loved me like no other because she knew that I was the only one that was not raised. I was the only one
that was my Uncle
that
Leon
could sit
for me.
in her
He passed when I was
room.
about 6.
Everybody else, you couldn't go in there. Me, come on, Abby. She babied me, but I think it's because we had the same exact birthday.
But, and it was also a thing of she knew your mother because that was they all had kids. We talking about back to back as teenagers. I'm number 18 of 19, and I came back. It was a gap between
18
me
and 19, and me and him are 6 months apart.
Yeah, I was the second.
I'm the
until
first
my cousin
grandchild.
Taylor was born. I was the youngest grandchild for 16 years. She's the first great grandchild, and we 6 months apart in age. I was the oops.
I didn't know you were here. And as my grandmother's giving birth to him, my mother found out she was pregnant with me.
Yep.
My grandmother had them. I was the only one removed. We 6 months apart. We got a picture of us at my 2-year-old birthday. Me and him standing in the same chair. We small as shit. Look at us now.
We can't do this chair be on the
That's
floor.
our favorite fucking picture. He was
Yeah,
like,
this chair
wait,
be on the
look,
floor.
wait, he was like,
Broke.
we should create it. I said, we going down.
We gotta get
the
a steel
ones
chair.
and what's the big beach chairs? And,
Nope, one of these.
No.
Yes, it was like a wooden.
It's
dining
a
table
huge.
chair.
Oh, no,
The
yeah.
real big chairs.
That might work, but...
It's one in Atlantic City.
It might.
At Senior Frogs.
Oh, okay, so
That's a chair.
we got to recreate that picture.
Okay,
That'd be
I'm
dope.
down. I'm down. We
The
might.
chair
We
would
gotta
be
find. We gonna
That'd
break
be
that
fucking
fucking.
dope. The
We
side
gonna
by
break that
side
fucking
like
chair.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nah.
Us at 2.
Our fat asses gonna break that
snap.
goddamn chair.
I mean,
Shit.
at the end of the day,
I just
it's
did a
always
picture
ways
like
to
that
make it sturdy.
with Trey and my niece. I made them recreate a picture from when they was little. That shit was so funny. I got it in my phone some goddamn way. That was a funny ass fucking picture.
I will say that I'm grateful, and I think I touched on this earlier. I'm grateful that we are able to sit and have these types of conversations as we are adults. And me not yet, God willing, I will have children of my own one day.
I hope
But
so, because listen, they're going to be
When they're parents.
we can have these conversations amongst ourselves.
Right.
But also talk to our parents and say, look, you may not have had the language or the know-how to deal with your shit, but you not knowing how to deal with your shit affected me in this way.
in this way.
Your mother or parents raising you the way they did or didn't affected me in this way. And this is what it is.
And that toxic matriarchy shit is definitely a family generational
sure is in
curse in
ours.
our family.
Damn sure it is.
Majority of the women in our family had kids young, was abused in some type of way,
They were
was
all
mistreated
poor.
in some type of way, had great livelihoods, but were all poor.
Yep.
Is it?
My grandmother had got so many fucking accolades.
Because I don't have anything.
You
for
know
this.
anything to add?
I don't.
Listen,
And
they-
that's
you know
a
what?
good thing, was
And
because
I'm
we're touching on
happy
stuff
for
that you would.
No, it's
You can't
it's a
relate.
good thing.
I'm happy for you.
You can't relate? Okay.
Listen, I'm not. Usually, when I meet other black women or just people, period, that's in my shoes, and they don't get it, I usually get upset because they don't get it because they're judging the fact that, oh, well, your parents was this and that and the third. Like, you don't know how blessed you are.
And I will
to
say,
have had.
from my perspective, I did not meet people. It wasn't until I went to college and was like, but you didn't have an uncle on drugs? Was your parents on drugs? No. Wait, you had
nobody?
My father was on drugs.
Yeah,
but
As much as
both
this
mine
common
were.
here,
It wasn't
like
it's not a
your-
commonality amongst the world. Like, it's very common
because
here.
you grew up in Baltimore and you're so in this world
That's
that
what it is.
when you meet people who
Everywhere
aren't from
else,
here,
it's not like that.
it's like, wait, so you grew up in the house with both of your parents and both of your parents were professionals and you grew up in the suburbs and had your own bedroom and it was just you, your parents, and the siblings.
But
and
that's when they the kids that wild out in the
Well,
adult
yeah.
age.
And
It'd be
adult
crazy.
age, yeah.
you grew up in all of these organizations and did all these extracurricular activities and you can't identify with me because what? That's crazy.
Because like I'm sitting here listening
because
to
it's
y'all
normal
talk,
to us,
and I'm like,
but it's not normal.
I've had like my family has issues, but I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy my issues. Y'all keep y'all because y'all's is a whole different level.
But it's also from that same perspective talking about her issues. her mother is my older sister. So I grew up in the house.
You got a different viewpoint.
I have a totally different viewpoint because of the fact that she just talked about how, my mother was 17 when she had her mother. Mm-hmm. My mother was 36 when she had me. So my mother was working. Oh my God. My mother was 36. She was already years into her career at that point. She was established. She had the wherewithal to know, imagine, God forbid, she would do it. She probably won't look at me sideways. But if Shauna had a baby now, that child's experience would be totally different from the experience that Trey had growing up.
Right. I get you.
And I had that. Mm-hmm. That was the mother I grew up with. And then until she took in my nieces and nephews,
we ain't never going. No.
Well, we didn't because we ain't had no money.
But see, how you say that?
But my experience, my childhood was different because even though y'all were in the same house, I was with my mother. Y'all were with y'all grandmother.
Yep.
And growing up in that type of environment, my situation or my life circumstance is totally different from y'all.
Right. So my brother
and out of the
was
3
raised
kids
by
she
my
had,
dad.
you're the only one that turned out on a straight path.
I joked about this before, and I'm gonna say it again on the podcast. My mother said, "I got 3 fucking children. One is in damn jail. The other one's a damn drug addict. The worst thing somebody could say about you is that you gay."
But that's real shit, though.
Well,
but that's real.
It's fucking traumatic to hear.
It is traumatic to hear, but that's real. That's her truth.
I think I could deal with that. I was like, well, shit.
But you couldn't.
But that's her truth, though.
It's her truth.
Her truth.
Yeah, I said, but that's how you compare.
Traumatic and as fucked up as it may sound, that's really her truth.
Yeah.
Like my brother got a different version of my father than I did.
Absolutely.
Because he met my father when he was on the straight and narrow.
Right.
So whenever we fuss about my father, what you mean he a good man? He a good man? I'm looking at him like, sir.
Nigga now.
Nigga, you don't really know him.
No, back then.
You know him now. You don't know him before.
You know him back then. You know him because you my older brother. So you know him in his good years. What I got ain't the same thing, my nigga.
But that's the part that they
that's how I feel about my sister. You didn't get the version of
so if I'm mad,
daddy that me and my brother got.
And I'm not
she got a different version of my father.
Oh, I seen him. Y'all ain't gonna meet
20-something years.
No, I'm not. I'm not linking up with him. I don't know. Mm-hmm. We good.
I don't know that, Nick.
Exactly. But it's true. Everybody gets a different version, and it's
absolutely
how you want to deal with it.
But see, unfortunately, me and all my siblings, we all got the same version. The only person that's getting anything different is my little brother, and unfortunately, he's already a lost cause.
Yeah.
Been a lost cause. But he also has now a different version of my mom. None of us ain't never had her clean. She's only been clean for half of my child's life.
But you know what's funny? Well, not funny, but revelation moment about it. You say your brother's a lost cause, but this is the only child that got her in her clean form. She getting back the energy that she put out there.
In a lot of ways.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And she don't understand it. And the messed up part about it is, even though she's clean, her mentality ain't no different.
Of course it isn't. So she
that might be partially why your brother act way she's still the same.
All the way.
My sister has her own traumas that she has never dealt with and she refuses to deal with. None of which I will go into on this platform because it's not my business to share nor my story to tell. Out of respect for her, and I talk shit about her all the time. But it's still my sister. I'm gonna talk shit about it even to her face. I mean, she ain't gonna say nothing.
What can she say? It's the truth. You're gonna just have to be mad, baby.
Right, but she has a lot of traumas and stuff that happened in her own life that she never got the chance to process or deal with, and as a result of that, it basically. I can't say it was the impetus or catalyst for her to turn out the way she did, but it was a lot of like the basis or root cause to lead her down those paths, through those doors into meeting and dealing with those types of people that led her to where she ultimately ended up.
Oh, absolutely. And she don't get it, like.
But unfortunately, at her age, some people never
ways. It ain't nothing that nobody can do about it.
Is it true people really set in their ways? Is that a real true statement, or is they just uncompromisable?
I think more so it's that because they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but you can if you're consistent.
Exactly.
But it's also an instance of when you know better, you do better.
That part.
And if you don't know better or know that you were, and I've come to this realization about your younger brother.
It's one thing, if you don't know better, you can't do better. But if you know better and choose not to do better,
that's on you.
That's on you.
Yeah,
that's on you. Because what does it mean if somebody consistently tries to show you and teach you and give you and do things for you, and if you're not open to or you don't think you're worth the effort, it's going to go in one ear and out the other, or over your head and just go on because
or you talking to a brick wall.
Yeah, you talking to a brick wall because you don't think you're worth it.
A brick fucking wall. Like, I don't think that they understand. Like, my mother has this sense of entitlement where, well, I'm your mother. Yes, you gave birth to us. Yes, you did. You definitely physically had us. But what mothering did you do?
Where it ends.
I'm your mother, not your mom.
Exactly. What mothering did you do? Because me as an adult, now that you're trying to be my mom, it ain't gonna work, baby. Because unfortunately, I already came up and grew up and had to go through life the way I went through life. So the thing that I can hear you out. I don't need you to be my mother or my mom at this point. I know who you are. But when I really needed you, you're not there. I'm accustomed to you already not being there. So I'm going to go ahead and do whatever it is I'm going to do. Now, I made the dumbest mistake and come back here. I didn't have to come back here. I didn't have to. But I really wanted to get to know her. And sometimes I regret it. Sometimes I don't. But I feel like they were lessons that I needed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize that she also had the same decision and she made the same exact decision and wound up where she wound up?
Yeah.
We moved to Chicago when I
told her not to come back when Nana came back. Maxine was passing.
We moved to Chicago in 1989. My mother left my stepfather.
For them 3 years, that's the only time I ever seen my mother stable.
We moved to Illinois to Chicago, and my sister came. My mother, she had been using drugs for years, but she got clean, got her a job. She was a CNA working at a
working good.
She was
her
clean
way up
for years. She got married. They had a stepfather. They got their own place. My sister was living, doing her thing. My mother said in 2002, we moved back here in 2003?
Yeah.
We moved back here October. No,
it was we moved back in 2002 because by that summer or that year that I started, I wanted to go to Woodlawn with you and they wouldn't put me in Woodlawn. They sent me to Northwestern. I stopped going to Northwestern because unfortunately she fell into her old ways and I went and got a job so I can take care of kids.
Yeah. So, we moved back to Baltimore in 2002.
My grandmother stopped that shit and came out and went back to Connecticut.
My mother told
graduated my right year because I failed freshman year twice.
My mother told my sister, "You do not have to come back to Baltimore with me. I'm going back because my mother's grandmother had just passed. She was 92, 93. She passed, and they brought her back to Baltimore to bury her. And she said, "I'm tired of living in Chicago away from my mother, my siblings. I want to go back." So
my Mary?
Yeah.
Oh, that was my baby.
So she told my sister, you are married, you have a life, you have your children here, but you stay here in Chicago with your husband.
You're
doing good. There's no reason I want to come back with you. And literally,
the moment she touched down,
within 6 months,
she was right.
My
back
sister
to
was
what
back
she was
into
doing.
back into what she was doing before.
And I quit school. I was playing basketball.
And it was to the point where my brother-in-law had been clean for about 15 years at that point. He started getting high, using drugs and selling drugs.
And when I seen that happening, I dropped out of basketball. And I was to the point where the coaches and them was working with me, and I was getting so good that I had colleges looking at me. And mind you, I was repeating my freshman year for the second time.
And it got to a point where my sister was being herself. And got involved with another dude.
I stopped going to school.
They fought. And my brother-in-law was like, "Girl, fuck you, fuck this, I'm out." And he left and went back to Chicago.
I stopped going to school. I stopped playing sports, and I went and got my first job at McDonald's because I had siblings. And as the eldest, the weight fell on my shoulders, so I was working to make sure shit was taken care of, doing shit I ain't had no business, holding drugs, holding guns in the house, hiding them, stashing money, just so I could make sure everybody in the house, my siblings, was good. When she found out that I had all that money in there, she went in my room, ransacked my room, stole everything I had from me.
Jesus.
Everything. Honestly, when I came back to help her and got pregnant, I had so much money and change because this little girl was coming one day. I came home, that shit was empty. And they still wanted me to pay. I had to drop out of school again.
Luckily, I got a family that was able to pitch in and get me right. But I promise I would never be back in that situation ever again. And it ain't happened.
Yeah.
Because sometimes your circumstance is something that you either repeat it again,
or you get
the fuck out of it.
It's a lesson to learn from.
Learn from it.
You stay in it until you learn from it.
And keep it moving.
Yep. And it's crazy because learning them lessons,
they painful. They hurt.
They hurt. And choosing not to do the same thing again, even though you make that choice, it does not change the fact that you still got to go through to grow through.
Because sometimes God will put you in that position all over again. Oh, because you still dumb.
You don't want to learn? You still want to be stupid? All right, bet.
I'm going to change the color.
I had this lesson for you,
ass.
but since you want to go backwards, here you go. We're going to go take you over back to the
I'm going to change the color. The color has changed. It's now purple.
Now, you thought it was green. It's purple now. Keep playing. It's going to be indigo next.
No, now it's 2 of them. Instead of 1, it's 2. Man, add 2 to this because you still ain't getting it.
You ain't learning yet? You still don't want to learn? You still want to keep? Oh, you got this part, but you kind of want to figure, all right, here you go. I'm going to give you 3 more issues.
It's the same issue now. If you're going to figure out how to resolve the issue, or you going to take them long steps that you took before and drag through it and fight through it and do all this, or you going to say, oh, wait a minute, I already know how to get out of this.
But that's the story of life.
Yep.
You learn lessons and you go through things.
It's a constant fight for better. So
and you decide if you're going to keep repeating that cycle. Just like when we was talking about with dating. And you keep getting that same type of man.
It's the same
They give you the
thing.
same man.
Because it's a lesson for you to learn.
Because you still ain't learned this lesson.
Until you learn the lesson.
You ran away from it.
Yep.
Oh,
You can't run away from this.
You repeat a lesson.
You got to do it again.
You got to go through it.
So you
to
comfortable
grow
here?
through it. Grow
All
through
right,
it.
I'm going to tap your hand.
Oh, you ain't learned yet? Watch this.
Oh, you ain't learned your
Watch
hand?
this.
I'm going to smack you again, but this time it's going to be something a little bit harder.
Baby, no, I
Oh,
told
you
you.
still won't learn? This time I'm going to give you something that you can't get rid of.
Sometimes God will take his sandal and slap you in the back of your fucking neck.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, you ain't learned last time? Told your ass.
he going to throw his chancla at you. The chancla.
Like, listen, I keep trying to get you out of this and stop you from doing this, and you keep doing it.
Okay, but since you want to let the party
that's
keep
where
going.
you
Miss
want to be.
Mamas, come on now.
Cool bet. I'm going to give you everything to go with.
Hey,
Here you
Miss
go.
Mamas.
Since you don't want to come get what I got for you. Here.
Right, here you go.
Ahead. Go
Like,
ahead.
damn, I read this book already.
Now figure it out when you ready.
Figure it the fuck
and I'm
out.
gonna know when you're ready because you're gonna get to where I need you to be now. You
Damn,
got
come
my
on.
attention again. Come on.
Oh, you don't
when
want
I-
to listen?
When I said that
All right.
comment about you gotta stop letting that man control your emotions, the moment you start letting him control your emotions, watch, it's gonna be a whole different world for you. It's gonna be hard. Oh, it's gonna be hard.
It's hard because I see it because certain shit I don't even react to no more. Like I learned to not argue with them. I can't.
Yeah.
What I had to learn as the fact that like you listening, me answering my own question again. I never did my freshman and sophomore year, never nowhere. I tested into my grade easily. Ain't study, ain't nothing. I just went on here and just took the test, and I just answered with whatever my gut felt right. I passed that motherfucking test with flying colors. So now that I know that,
Listen to your intuition.
Don't react. Listen to it. Don't react.
Yeah.
Don't react. Don't let him argue by himself. Let him be done by himself because I cannot teach someone who does not comprehend further than what they comprehend. I can't give you a perception or an understanding that you just don't have the capacity to hold. That's not my fucking job.
Not at all.
I don't know why I was made the way that I was made, but it's a reason for me to be here. So, okay, cool, bet. If I pass that test and I know that I did that with no studying, stop studying something to try to fix it. All right.
Somebody once said to
Let it fucking
me,
ride.
it is not your business how other people feel about you.
At all.
I
got shit to
said
do
that
with
to
you.
you, heifer.
You sure?
Yes.
You might have. I don't remember.
Because it was that time. He was
my
like, it's
phone.
gonna let you feel like I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
He said it's nobody's business it's not your business how other people feel about you, how they perceive you, how they see you. They ain't got
Don't
shit to do
care.
with you.
People only
Because you can
perceive
do
and understand
everything
from their
right and
level
people
of
still
perception
gonna
and
find something
understanding.
wrong. And that's another reason I'm not fucking arguing with you. I'm not going back and forth. You feel how you feel, I feel how I feel, and
We
that's
It
it.
is what it is.
That's
The
it.
only person I'm arguing back and forth with is somebody that you either came out of my vagina or you been in it.
And even the been
And
in it,
honestly-
I don't think I'm going back and forth with your fucking
I
ass
ain't doing
neither.
too much arguing with
Right,
that
don't be too much
neither.
talking
I
about
will
that either.
not.
Because
If you're currently the one that's dipping and dabbing, I might have an argument with you every now and then because I do gotta try. If I feel like I want to make it work, all right, let's have this conversation and figure out what's wrong and have this debate. We done? We don't agree, but we done? Okay, next.
I'm tired of debating. You right, I'm wrong, okay?
That's not fair.
I'm tired. I am.
fair.
I don't want to go back and forth with people no goddamn more. I'm not in the business of trying to change your perception
You don't have to.
or how you feel about me. I respect your opinion. You respect mine, and let's move on.
But
I'm not going to keep
I don't
arguing
got
with you.
time to argue with you.
it's not
It wasn't my
it's
job
not
to
an
raise you.
argument. Depending on depending on the person, it's not an argument. If
Very
y'all
true.
both see
Very true.
two different viewpoints, you can have a honest conversation
Mm-hmm.
about it. Disagree, But
And
you both
agree to disagree because
Right.
that is a solution.
Yeah.
Just like we did earlier.
But when you say, I'm not arguing with you
And
about
move
this,
on.
it's a
Next
that's a brush
topic.
off. That's a brush off. If you just like, I'm not doing this with you, and just brush it off, now you still upset because you ain't got what you wanted to get off your chest. They still upset because they ain't got off what they got off their chest. So next time, the piece of pencil's on the floor, y'all done blew up over the pencil on the floor versus this conversation.
Because why in the fuck?
Neither one of y'all wanted to have before.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
It's hard being emotionally and knowing your emotions. It's hard.
It is.
But
I'm a
it's-
very, very emotional person.
We know
and
cancer. We know.
Should be hurt my
Fucking
feelings.
water signs.
Listen,
You
I'm a
hurt my
Libra. I
feelings,
gotta
and I ain't
keep
gonna
my
let you keep
feelings
hurting my
balanced.
feelings,
If I
bitch. I'm
don't,
gonna snap.
But it's a part of growing up. It's a part of
is.
getting older and having the emotional intelligence.
Why?
Having the emotional intelligence and being able to have these conversations is important because it also changes, it breaks a pattern where our parents didn't or couldn't have these types of conversations with us.
Right.
Like I said earlier, y'all and me in the future will be able to have our conversations with our children to try to help them grow way younger, way earlier than we could.
Right. Have that emotional
Brandon,
intelligence behind their
we
life.
know that, it's not supposed to be known that, she is here, but I know that she's listening on this particular conversation because I caught her looking like, and she's taking it all in. And I know it's like, it's on her mind. Even if she don't say nothing, even if we don't address it, she heard it.
She's absorbing.
She's absorbing. And
She
it's just
knows
like,
it.
wait a minute.
No,
Right, exactly.
she the table in the
Knows it.
room.
Yeah. And it's just like,
The
wait.
refrigerator is open.
This is the so this is what a must of whatever is being said around her
In the midst.
in the midst. I'm sorry,
Oh.
you're right. In
She
the
said
midst,
mutts.
yeah, in the
Like
midst of
mozzarella.
whatever is
Cheese.
being said around her.
That's the episode title.
Mozzarella cheese.
Mozzarella cheese.
You gotta say it right though. It's mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella, and then spit like a long pause.
Mozzarella.
Cheese.
Dot cheese. That's the episode title.
In the midst of what's going on and whatever's being said around her about certain situations and things of that nature, and this one, she gets to actually. Oh wait.
Always keep it positive
You see, I'm not gonna say I won't speak negative about it.
on both sides for you and for him. For you
Mozzarella.
and for him.
Now,
Mozzarella.
You struggling with it right now.
I'm
For
a bit
you
too
and for
cool.
him.
fair.
For you and for him.
Fair.
Ain't no grease,
Because
yo.
sometimes the other side, the evil twin of me, wants to stab back.
Chicken Alfredo.
But if I'm going through life
Raviolis.
and I'm trying to show her
Pizza.
that regardless of what
Lasagna.
anyone says, I just made that like
Lasagna.
2 weeks ago too. It was good.
Bake ziti.
Biscotti.
Cannolis.
I am
Tiramisu.
I am the fuck sick of y'all.
Flan? No, that's
I
Mexican.
don't have one.
Flan is Hispanic. You fucked it up.
That's Mexican.
But flan, but you don't like.
No, what's the other one? What's the
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu is good.
Shit. God damn it. Never mind. Gelato.
Ooh,
That's what I'm trying to say. I couldn't get it.
I can go for some Ritas right now.
You got another one? You come back? You come back?
No,
We
I-
stupid.
You got. It's been a heavy conversation, so we can
Right.
give some
Carbonara.
levity. Some
Carbonara
levity.
is what? Is that?
Carbonara.
There you go. Bow.
Amaretti cookie.
Caprese.
Caprese.
I said it wrong, didn't I?
Antipasti.
Al dente.
Bruschetta.
That's not even. That's a
That's
type of noodle.
that's the way you cook a noodle. That's not a food.
Does bruschetta count?
Bruschetta.
Oh, that's that's how you say it?
Yes.
Salmon.
In Italiano.
Salmon.
Sì. Salmon. Pollo. Olio.
These niggas.
Spaghetti sauce.
Not spaghetti sauce.
Ragu.
Meatballs.
Prego.
Marinara.
Bertoli's.
Bertolli.
Salami.
Pepperoni. Capicola. Prosciutto.
No, because let's talk about how my dog just ran over here because y'all were talking about food.
Chase was like, oh, wait.
She like pepperoni.
Amaretti cookie.
Oh, they sound good. That sounds real good.
It does.
Oh, that
It
sounds good.
does.
Amaretti cookie.
Okay, damn it. Where was we at? I forgot where we was at.
You know what? No, right
else.
there, because that was needed for that moment. Because, like you told me, positive on both sides.
Both sides.
It is what it is. I can't control nothing
I'm
about that
trying
side.
Jesus positive.
You've gotten better.
I have. I don't argue. I don't fuss.
And you see how you disappeared. He figured it the fuck out.
I don't have time. The last text I sent was, listen, I paid for the cruise, buy his stuff for the cruise. Because I wasn't even going to tell you that. My mother was like, no, you paid for this vacation. He can get him some stuff for the vacation.
Can I be devil's
sent a
advocate?
text message. And I did. And he actually agreed. And I said, oh, that's nice.
But you know what the good thing about that conversation about what that is?
That's nice.
Focaccia. Risotto. Ossobuco.
Italiano soup.
Now I'm hungry again.
No, it's wedding soup. Wedding soup.
Minestrone.
Zuppa Toscana.
Who owns Marry Me
What the fuck
Chicken?
is that?
I want some.
That's black
They
people.
go fucking Olive Garden. That's what that is. Zuppa
I
Toscana.
got a recipe on my phone. I'm going to make it one
So I have
day.
a question.
Yes.
Because you just brought it up when you said this.
Yes.
If one parent is planning the vacation, is it the other parent's responsibility to pay for anything since they're taking them on the vacation?
No. I wouldn't
No.
say it is, but it's nice.
What I was gonna say, no,
It's
but
nice.
it's a nice. It's a
I
nice
tried
gesture.
my hand. I did. It actually ended up working. I was
It's
like,
a
oh,
nice
okay.
gesture.
And he did end up getting them some stuff. But if he hadn't,
When
I
knowing
would've-
in
it
advance,
wouldn't have mattered.
Not like 2 days before.
right. I asked him about before, so.
Positive.
And if he couldn't have got it, I would like, let me know what you can't get so I can get it. And that was it.
So suppose he would have just said no.
If he would have
So-
said no, I would have had to
No,
suck
you
it up
gotta
and be
make
like,
it
oh,
happen.
okay.
So,
It was going to happen.
do we have any final words for this very interesting
I think it get my
conversation?
feedback on the part.
Oh, go ahead. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
this was
We
good.
started talking about Italian food and kind of got
Y'all started.
too distracted. I'm sorry.
I only feel like I'm saying no. And I say no because
With regards or in regards to what?
the other parent paying for stuff when the other parent is taking on vacation. And I only say that because suppose you can't. You can't get an attitude because they can't. Or suppose you just don't want to. Or suppose you do your own trip.
At the end of the day, if that's the case,
Then you're
and
not
you don't have
required,
a
and that's
person, I
fine.
gotta carry it when you do your trip. Carry it.
That's
But that would be an equal give and take in the perfect world.
That's a
Yeah.
that's a fair.
Italiano.
See,
Red wine. No, white wine. It's better.
Scampi.
that's
Depends on the meat.
That's not specific. I need the type of red wine. Lambrusco is the type of red wine. It's the type
It's
Italiano.
red.
I used to like Lambrusco.
Lambrusco is good with grilled food.
That's some good wine.
It's Prosecco.
Oh, I ain't give,
Prosecco is an Italian
I
wine.
didn't give a damn.
You cheated. You cheated. It's on the table.
It don't matter.
table.
I
You
read,
cheated.
I read it and I seen it and I
You
asked.
cheated.
y'all-
You cheated. It's on the table.
You accepted it before you said I cheated. You can't take it back.
Bullshit. Bull excrement. If you didn't listen to the last
Not
episode,
damn.
You ain't gonna get it.
Here we go with the excrement again.
bull
It's
excrement.
excrement all over the place. They excreted everywhere.
That shit. What movie was that? Was it? It was Bob Saget. What? It was a parody movie he did. It's shit on the walls. It's shit on the floor. It's shit on the couch. It's shit everywhere. What
Oh my God.
movie was that?
Shit, I don't remember, Brandon.
Literally excrement. Yes.
Why I wanted to say Talladega Nights, but that is not it.
No.
Damn it.
It gets the people going.
It's shit on the walls. It's shit on the floor. It's Dumb and Dumber.
There you go.
It's shit
I was close.
everywhere.
I was close
Yeah.
to I knew it was one of them stupid ones where they
It's
were
Dumb and
dumb.
Dumber. He's like, hold on. But yeah, so are we
Culture
done?
differences.
Are we done with this conversation?
Yes. It was happy that
I honestly, I thank y'all for this one because again, these are things that I sit back and fight myself with. And when you have to go through them type of battles, it's hard because you don't know where right is right, wrong is wrong, or a median is a median. So for the first time, I actually got to really just go ahead and share my story. And I appreciate the space to do so. The conversation led us there, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Because I wonder. Because I know what I get faced with. So I appreciate all of y'all for being here today for this particular time.
No problem. Glad we could be of service.
Yeah, listen, it got me to see some shit differently.
Yeah, and sometimes all you need is a shift in perspective.
That's it.
You gotta stay positive. Positive.
As long as you keep your head to the sky, you can win. This is a song for the episode. Be optimistic in a world of sorrow. They're gonna be looking like, why the hell is the episode titled Mozzarella ... cheese? And then the song is Optimistic by the Sounds of Blackness.
It's like they don't go together at all. Mozzarella.
Cheese. All right, so let's take a commercial break, and we want to do questions this episode. Okay, shit.
Oh Lord! Can we not do the 6 whoever them chicks is?
I cannot confirm or deny.
I don't know the answer.
We're gonna take another commercial break, or well, hopefully another. So I have to fit some extra ones in because we'll be right back. And we back. What's up?
This damn neck.
So before we get started, y'all, if y'all have any questions, any comments, rants, topic ideas, or just some shit that you want to say, you can reach us via email. We are askwandapod@gmail.com. That is ASKWANDAPOD@gmail.com. You can also reach us via social media. We are Ryn and Audacity the podcast on Facebook and YouTube. And we are WandaPod _ on the Clock app, aka TikTok, on Twitter, aka X, and on IG. Let us know if you want to use a pseudonym, if you want to be anonymous, if you want to use first name, last initial, or vice versa, or just your initials, or if you don't give a damn, because in the words of Sheree Whitfield, circa 2013, 14, something, prior to all the surgeries and whatnot.
Oh, my God.
And, you know, back when she let Phaedra represent her in court and she lost to Bob Whitfield.
We talk about this shit every fucking episode.
Right. Still talking about her.
Let it go.
I'm sorry. Who gonna check you, boo? Sorry.
They done checked her out, run her register and everything. It didn't come out she was alive.
Because she's still selling she by Shein, so they didn't check her out.
Girl.
And the paternity test states, you are not the father.
Okay, y'all. All right. We are going to start on Reddit. Shut up. We starting on Reddit. And because we've been talking about, you know, relationships, family, all that good shit. This question actually comes from the Ask Women thread, but is a universal damn question. Okay. So I'm gonna make it for everybody, you know. What is your bare minimum in a relationship?
What?
Your bare minimum.
Bare minimum in a relationship.
In a relationship.
For me, consistency, communication, effort, and just in general, those three: communication, consistency. Well, consistency and effort. You know, you could be consistently bad at things.
Yeah, there you go.
Communication, consistency, and you make effort to improve the relationship, and that goes for platonic, romantic, or any type of relationship.
I like it. Ebo.
I mean, if we answering this question honestly, I never had a bare minimum. There's
always a price for admission.
Now, hear me out. I literally was going through life expecting people for the way they was because bare minimum expectations was never something that was set for me.
Right. You didn't
or
know.
By anyone in my life.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
I did not know.
Facts.
Now, as an adult, I agree with the ones that you said, but honesty is definitely a thing.
Look.
Yeah.
Because you got to be honest.
Honesty is a thing.
To get honesty.
Yep.
Y'all stupid.
You ever seen Chase Mello's video?
You're stupid.
Honesty has to be a thing.
You're stupid.
That's going to be Shauna when she finally kicked me and Aaron off the show. Y'all going to be sitting there going, some girls.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing that dumb shit.
Sorry, Ebo.
No, you're fine. Because it fit the moment. Honesty. If you're going to say that you are something, be that.
Yeah.
Be that.
Consistency in thought, word, and deed. If you say it, be about it. If you're about that, show it. Yeah.
Don't talk about it. Walk about it.
You're gonna walk it like you talk it, like Kamala said.
Come on with the Migos.
You know, my good friend Quavo said, "I'm walking it like I talk it."
You gotta do the laugh. You do the laugh.
And for me,
I love it.
Kamala 2024.
you cannot.
I love it. Yo, her laugh is that auntie at the table laugh.
They're playing spades. They talking shit. She just started cackling. From
And she done had her a couple gin and juices.
No, that's smearing off ice.
And reciprocity.
That's a Jack Daniels and a Pepsi.
That's my
or Jack
three.
and Coke.
Honesty, be what you say you're gonna be, and reciprocity.
I like it.
Look.
Y'all stop doing that shit. Y'all gotta see them in the room.
That's real.
Brandon got his eyes closed and doing it.
Because it's real good.
He got his little duck face going on. Shauna over here clapping with her hands in the air. That's
how they look at these videos.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
I think her name was T, the comedian. She said, "I'm vegan, but my rolls. How can I be fat and vegan? It's because my rolls are plant-based."
You gotta see them in here doing this. This is ridiculous.
Come on, Ron.
My bare minimum is to be honest. Come as you are. Be respectful of me and the people in my life. Mm-hmm. And that's about it. That's my bare minimum.
Well, the current nigga don't meet your bare minimum because the nigga disrespectful as shit to me. God damn it. I'm joking.
Hold on. Y'all don't get a...
It's the shimmy.
She said it's a bold-faced lie. They are Martin and Pam. If I tell you never every day, that is Martin and Pam in real life.
Oh yeah, y'all might fight like that, but y'all got each other back for real.
Brandon doing the shimmy this time when he doing it.
I love that damn show. They got 4, 5, 6 episodes though by now.
Yeah.
But I don't accept my bare minimum. I'm sorry.
That's the price of entry to get to the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get through the door, you gotta come with me way more than that.
You gotta step
For me to entertain a conversation.
For me, I'm going to I'm a piggyback off of Brandon with consistency, effort, honesty. Like, don't tell me what you think I want to hear. That
Tell me what
pisses
it
me
is.
off to the highest level of pistivity.
And that is high.
I don't
Positivity is the maximum.
like it. Don't just tell me, oh, this is what she want me to say, so that's what I'm going to say. No, be real with me. I'd rather you tell me a hard truth than a soft lie.
Oh,
Don't do me like
I
that.
like that. I like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm still gonna post that quote later.
Do that.
Don't tell me a hard,
Say
tell
it
me a
again,
hard
Shauna.
truth, not a soft lie.
Tell me a hard truth and not a soft lie.
Oh my God.
I only got one hand at the moment. We're gonna snap that up.
Y'all get on my nerves. It's the shimmy.
Yeah.
Listen, you got your C
And now,
cups jiggling.
'cause-
You better stop it.
Ooh.
I'm trying to shrink these bitches. God damn.
It's just
Okay.
I don't like it. Don't lie to
You can
me.
take them.
Did you see all these things here? I
want
don't
these? She
need
don't
none
need them.
extra.
You want these shown?
She don't need. I don't think I
I was
need
gonna
them,
say, I
bro.
don't need not another
I
motherfucker
don't
Take
need
tit.
them
none
out.
ounce.
Just,
Not another tit.
And if I could put them in my ass, I'd take them.
It might work.
no, I'd rather put them in my own ass.
Oh.
You
Not you
said-
trying to have a dump, best friend.
He got a
got
dope. He got a dope.
But yeah, like,
We stupid.
don't play in my face. Don't tell me what you think I want to hear, and don't pretend to be somebody that you not.
Nah.
that.
Yeah, like that goes to what Ron said. Like, come as you are. Come as you Don't
Because if
try
you
to
don't,
be
I'ma
what you
see
think
it.
I want you to be. Don't do
And don't
that.
let me see it, because then I'm gonna get you to go ahead and show me that. Because bitch, why you had to lie
Right.
in the first place?
What you had to lie for?
Let me decide if I want to deal with it or not. That
What,
was my
what
choice.
you gotta lie about, Craig? Now tell me who
The fuck
you
she was.
Like, you ain't gotta
Who
lie to
is
me.
ya?
I'm one of the most fucking understanding people you'll ever meet in your life.
I'm not.
Oh, baby,
she
you ain't
she
gotta
really ain't.
lie to me. No, just be a man
Look, Chase.
about it.
All right, y'all. Next question. Just because y'all told me not to, I'm gonna do it anyway. We going to 6 round chicks.
These bitches.
I'm sorry.
I have officially
Somebody
realized
fire
I
y'all.
don't like them.
I'm
I
sorry,
am over
y'all.
this part, whatever they are, blog,
I'm sorry, but I'm not
broadcast,
sorry.
whatever
Not sorry.
it
Say
is.
Sorry, not sorry.
fire.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Okay.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be something delusional again because these people
It
be
is.
delulu.
Boyfriend and I have been together for a few months. I moved in with him a month ago.
Huh?
Bitch.
Y'all ain't even
That's quick.
making it.
And we've only had sex twice. I tried, but he's not interested.
Is he gay?
I won $300 from online gambling. He was in the shower. I burst into the bathroom to tell him this. He was chatting with his topless ex while pleasuring himself. When I opened the bathroom door, it shocked him and he flung the phone across the room and it cracked. I saw him jacking off. I saw who he was on the phone with. I heard her asking, babe, what's going on? I asked him about what I caught him doing, but he wants to argue about me breaking boundaries and not respecting a closed bathroom door.
We still reading this damn story?
And being so insecure that I made him break his phone. He was not like this in the beginning, bitch.
You just met the nigga.
You break shit.
He took me places.
Even saying this?
I don't know. He took me places, begged me to move in, and he promised that we would get married. Now he's bullying me for my $300 lottery money to fix his phone.
Absolutely not, bitch. You shouldn't have been cheating. You threw it at me.
I don't know what to do to bring that nice version of him back.
No, that nice version was a facade.
Because I'm going to answer this question first, this episode. Bitch, you met that nigga representative and moved in with him. Y'all been together for a few months. You've been living together for a month.
That's two.
Bitch, no, a few was three. A few is three.
Yeah,
a couple is two.
Okay.
Few is three.
Y'all
or
been
more.
together for a few months. Y'all been living together for a month. So y'all knew each other for a couple months before y'all moved in together. You know nothing about this nigga. You don't know what makes him tick. You don't know what he really. You don't really know.
You got to be.
What
Like, I am in confusion.
Like, what did you expect? You want the nice version of him back, bitch? That was his representative. He got what he wanted now. You stuck pretty much, bitch, unless you got somewhere else to fucking go.
And considering that you moved in after a few months, it's given that you was homeless.
It is.
So
it's given
she was
because
a homosexual.
Ain't no bitch giving up her own
desperate.
shit to move in with no nigga in a couple months.
I'm still trying to figure out why we having this whole conversation and you walked in him jacking off to another girl on his phone in the bathroom. Why are we having this conversation?
And y'all only had sex twice.
I would have got the fuck out of there, sweetheart. You just a placeholder.
It is.
Been that.
It is.
Just a placeholder.
Miss Ma'am. Miss Mamas.
Exit stage left.
Hey,
Expeditionally.
What you doing?
Hey, Miss Mamas.
Cause that whatever that is, I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to figure out why we.
You seem real flabbergasted.
I'm just
Her flabber is gassed.
Her flabbers are gassed.
It got me confuzzled.
Cause like how we still you went online and posted this
behooved.
after it told the world that you walked in on him talking to another chick. It'd be one thing he's watching porn. All right,
That's one thing.
That's one thing.
But
Should we do that together?
We can do that together. I was about to
she
say
was
that.
all the way topless on the phone and he was beating off. He only threw it because he didn't want you to see. That's why he broke it. He broke it on his own recognizance, not yours.
That was on him, sis. That nigga should have had some insurance.
Too heavy. Well, he probably did. He had to pay the $300 deposit.
It ain't gonna be done that
you better
part
figure
no
it
more.
the
It's
fuck out.
$99.99.
He wanted him one of the special cases.
He can special case his ass.
Bitch, that bitch is $5
We
on
still
Amazon.
talk.
Fuck
Why
out
are
of
we
here.
still talking about
I have
this,
no idea,
sir?
because
This
that's
you
dumb.
cheated on me in real life.
Like,
I don't give a fuck. It was via FaceTime. Bitch, you did it.
you did it.
What that man say on that fucking show, he brought somebody in our home, Your Honor. No, I didn't. I seen you on camera beating off to the naked nigga on FaceTime that's bringing somebody in my home. I agree.
That was on Miss Pat
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
That shit was funny.
Miss Pat funny as shit. That's how most judges should be.
My left butt cheek hurt.
Not your left butt.
Sitting for so long.
Not just
This
the
damn
left one.
chair is not okay.
My bad, sis.
I don't know how Ernst. I guess he don't have that much booty cheeks
I
back
was
here.
gonna say, he ain't got too much ass to worry about.
This go ahead, my hemorrhoids
Shout
all
out to
flared
Mozzarella.
up. Shit.
Not your hemorrhoids.
This is a hard chick.
Miss Ma'am, cut your losses and go back to wherever the fuck you came from.
Please,
Because
expeditiously.
Do something because
it's only been a few months.
Expedite yourself out of that scenario,
Yeah.
baby.
Clearly, if he beating up to the ex and she talking about, babe, what's going on? Clearly, that's who the fuck you want to be with, man.
Exactly.
That part.
You was a
And again,
placeholder. He
placeholder.
moved you in to make her jealous.
That's it.
He,
They
he don't want
He
you.
didn't do that because he threw the phone. So that mean she didn't know
She
about
don't
him.
even know.
Yeah, that ain't a jealousy thing.
And he damn sure don't want to argue with her because I'm pretty sure when you wanted $300, you walked in there, babe. Before she even get a
Jessica,
chance.
babe.
All right, last one. Since I'm here, I'm going to read this one.
God.
Welcome to the club, y'all.
I met a beautiful actress. She's been in one theater production. It was locally done in the park. The producers didn't.
It's in the park for me. In the park.
The producer didn't have a permit. There were no seats for the audience. No cap. The play looked like a group of friends met up at the park and started yelling Shakespeare at each other.
Romeo, where's Romeo?
She was enchanting,
I guess,
though.
girl.
She was enchanting, though. We went out twice.
Nick Fellow.
I asked to see her again, and she sent me a PayPal request for $75.
Oh, she's a prostitute too.
Wait a minute. She wants me to pay for a makeup artist to go out because paparazzi may recognize her from the play, and she has to look good.
Girl, bye.
I want her, but I don't. I don't want the $75 surcharge to hang. Out. Is this a new trend? Should I agree to pay the $75 and tell her it's a down payment for something else?
So I want to say for the record, I didn't answer the question, and I'm not going to because that was some fuck shit.
Oh, we the same boat, Brandon.
I'm gonna just walk past that. I didn't hear anything. That was fucking stupid. As you were.
I think I started cracking jokes.
That was
singing
dumb.
songs random. Drunk karaoke, they say.
Not this bitch was. This bitch was tree number 3.
She waved her arms very well. She stood still in her spotlight.
Who is that?
She's beauty and she's
What
grace.
does it say?
That bitch is Miss United States.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, stop reading that shit off the damn page.
Tree number 3 in the name.
Go to the shade room or something. Pull somewhere else, because that is just. Oh God.
Damn bad ain't the word. God damn.
Like, and these people, like, I just understand how they go and post this stuff. And, like, you want to tell the world this?
Yeah.
They do because they stupid.
Anonymously.
Anonymously dumb.
Bobby B head ass.
Anonymously dumb.
Bobby Boucher.
I'm not getting into that. What else? You got another question, Sean?
She can't breathe. Can't breathe.
I'm not answering that fuck shit at all.
Oh, I have something I was reading the other day.
Even
Why were they called Cliff and Claire Huxtables, but the show was called The Cosby?
Because it was named after Bill
It
Cosby.
was named after Bill Cosby, just like
But
Eve
it was named after Bill
after-
Cosby, but why would you call it The Cosbys? And nobody on there was named a Cosby,
It was
though.
called The Cosby Show. That's
Right.
what it was called. 'Cause
For Bill Cosby.
just like Eve was called Eve, but her name was Shelley.
Which was stupid, too.
Yeah, that was definitely
kinda stupid.
Steve Harvey was called The Steve Harvey Show, but his name was Steve Hightower. That's all I'm saying. That's
Because
it.
unfortunately, this propaganda, the bullshit. Wait, the
Bullshit.
bull excrement.
Bullshit.
I said bullshit.
Bullshit.
Bull
What
excrement.
that little boy say? A bullshit.
I seen this meme, real the other day, and it was the little boy was saying, trying to say 5, 6, 7, 8, but he kept saying fuck 6, 7, 8.
Wow.
It was so funny.
I just
He was
want
like,
to. I just want to.
1, 2,
I want to
3,
read y'all answer
fuck,
to
6,
to
7,
that
8.
question
Okay.
from
No,
the comment.
no, oh God.
It says,
May I be excused to go to the bathroom?
I got a long way to go.
"Just watch your favorite porn, bro. Nothing you said about how you met her was positive, but you want her. Not you lusting over her because you just want to have sex with her. Go on ahead and waste your time. It's $75 though. You'll be back crying to us about her later."
Oh my God, Bobby, you believe what this bitch did?
Yes, we do. We believe
This
it.
bitch got me paying rent, paying the
Baby. Yeah, that's where you gonna be at. It's fine. I'm
Is that
gonna
it,
give it all
Sean?
to you at one time.
Is that it, Sean?
You gonna give it 2 for 1 because that's how they gonna be crying.
She got me out here smoking out the window.
Baby,
It was instant popping the camera like this bitch.
this bitch.
And literally, that's on that part.
All right, wait, I got one more comment.
No.
Okay.
I'm not ready.
This is the comment for this answer. For this question. I sing karaoke sometimes, so that makes me much of a rock star as she is an actress. Keep your $75 and leave her to her delusions of grandeur.
What I said? I said that shit earlier.
If that's the case, bitch, I'm a superstar too, bitch. I be killing that karaoke,
Shit, I'm a
bitch.
superstar. At least I go to actual fucking shows and perform.
Listen,
God damn it.
I be killing
Not
that
in
karaoke,
nobody's
bitch.
fault.
This bitch.
Romeo, where for art thou Romeo? How it go?
Romeo.
Romeo,
Where's
for
your
Romeo, where for art thou Romeo?
Juliet. No,
My
it was
bitch
like
Juliet.
No, it was like fucking Homeo and Juliet from Martin. That's what it was. That's what she's been in. With James Earl Jackson. That's what she did.
Not James Earl Jackson. Holy night, the stars are brightly shining.
They said, she's your queen to me.
All right, well, we're gonna
What
wrap
in
the
the name
episode
of
here.
Erica Mena is going on right now?
That's where we wrap. So, if you have any questions, feedback,
Nice.
commentary for us,
Boo.
please send it our way at askwandapod@gmail.com. That is ASKWANDAPOD@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram, TikTok, and X or Twitter at WandaPod_. And you can find us on I said Instagram. You can find us on YouTube and Facebook at Wine and Audacity, the podcast.
Ampersand.
We have a lot of new content coming for y'all. More episodes into the end of the year. We still going strong. And Aaron, hopefully, will be back unless he abandoned us too, like he did.
Damn, that is fucked up.
Too much. Too much.
She gonna kick you on your shin.
Sure is.
Trees.
Love you, Keith.
From the palm tree.
It is shady in this bitch.
People get married and want to go out for 2 whole weeks when they got their anniversaries and shit. But in any event, I'm not salty.
That
2
sounds
days,
a
a
little
special
salty right
day.
there.
No, it didn't.
A little bit.
No, it didn't.
Don't beat me.
I did, goddammit.
They can still hear me.
Static.
Oh, he cut your mic off. Now I'm running the microphone so you can't hear.
ASMR.
Oh Lord.
Not really.
Yes. So, any part words before we go, Shauna? Jay.
Shut up.
I guess that was my parting words.
No. Rough.
Bitch.
Diamonds on her neck, diamonds on her wrist. Here I am all
Ebo and
alone.
Ron, thank y'all for coming on the second episode this month.
Yay.
Anyway, Ron, Ebo,
Yes.
thank y'all for coming on the show. I appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you for
me.
having me. I
Anytime.
appreciate it.
Ghetto here, but it's okay.
Ain't his, and them fucking questions showing to be fun. Shit.
The ghetto.
Defend me, Chase.
The ghetto. Who child the ghetto?
Woo, child.
The ghetto.
The ghetto.
Ghetto. Ooh.
When I was a young boy, growing up in the ghetto.
Okay. Well, with that being said, we thank y'all for listening. We love y'all, and we will be back next week, the first Wednesday in October, with all new episodes.
That's right before my birthday.
Only in America.
And all over the world, because we worldwide, like Candy Bird stuff.
We were
Worldwide.
gonna act like you don't know me.
All right, y'all. Bye, y'all. They about to go into another damn song. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Titty.